Welcome to Pelagaius. I'm your humble GM, the Emerald Emperor. Last time we left off, you guys essentially were running around the town due to an attack by multiple groups of undead. You guys fended off your side, and as you guys were checking out the other sides, or the other other 2 points, essentially you guys started to see signs of a plague. The likes of which you hadn't seen before. So, you guys essentially started to investigate, got tired, except for Kustrak, who went to help out at the local temple. The rest of you are fully rested, to include all health. Kustrak, you are right where you're at, because it is now dawn, and you see the sunlight just kind of peek over, and your workload has not stopped. If anything, it has gotten worse the longer you've gone.
Okay.
So, with all of that, what are you guys doing at this point?
Well, I wake up and I look, go down for whatever we're having to eat, and look to everybody and go, "Where's Kustra? Was he not here last night?"
You don't remember? I'm pretty certain that we all know that he went to go help some of the plague victims.
Yeah, but I thought he'd be home back here by now.
I don't know what to tell you. And I make a shooing motion. Go find him.
Fine, I'll go find him.
We can all go. Is the short gnome around?
Oh, jeez. I believe that's me. And I kind of wobble my way up. I don't believe I've enacted my plans to open. So, yes, I'm still here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I look around. Nick, does anybody take notice?
Notice of what?
Nobody minds me.
What he just said?
I assume not.
Okay, good.
We're safe. Nobody listens to the little guy anyway.
Yeah, maybe you should keep those comments to yourself from now on about taking over everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, gonna find Kustra.
Okay. We'll meander around and look for Kustrak.
Kustrak, you're there to see, but otherwise. As you guys wander down the stairs to head out the front door, the building is fairly sprawling with people. And you notice that as you head for the door, a couple of people look at you, and they all kind of oh, what's going to happen next? And as you guys go to leave and you exit, you see that the town is basically deserted. There's nobody on the streets.
What?
Nice.
Fuck is going on?
Okay. Well, we'll start searching for Kustrak.
Okay.
Hold up. I have an idea of how to find Kustrak.
Well, he went to the temple, I thought.
Can I make a simple divination to see where he's at?
If you would like to, yes.
Sweet. I pull out a bowl and some water. Do it old-fashioned way, like 2nd edition.
All right.
What do you want me to roll? What's the difficulty?
Let's see. It's going to be a utility spell, so it's going to be average.
Nice. Oh. With my advantages, can I get a sense of direction?
You get the feeling that he is still somewhere in town.
And he rolled in general, not...
And wherever he's at, he is extremely tired.
Alright, he is extremely tired somewhere in town. Well, I'm going to try one more time.
Okay.
Really concentrate.
Okay.
There's no way I can fumble that roll twice in a row, gosh darn it. Oh.
Fumble.
There you go.
Yeah.
I made it. Where's he at? What do I see in my bowl of water?
I didn't even see you roll. Apparently, my internet's starting to.
I switched to dice rolls. I rolled it
went
in
to
general
dice
the
rolls.
first time.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yes, you are. As you do it, essentially the water kind of comes up, and it shows an image of the temple that he's at.
Aha! I show it to everybody. Look, 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 look. Right
All
there,
I see is
temple.
water.
No, you can actually see it.
Ah.
I show it to the gnome.
Yes,
I bet
know
you if you put your hand in there, it
now.
may teleport you to the temple. You want to try?
Oh no. I will pass on the spookiness. I will ride Happy Little Beetle, and I pat the beetle on his shell and climb aboard.
Very well. We will start to meander that direction.
Alrighty. So you guys start heading for the temple. Aaron, at this point, what are you doing? The sun has just peaked, and you are tired. Ridiculously
very
tired.
Very groggily, still going around, doing my best, badly bandaging a bunch of people that accidentally hurt themselves somehow, like with cuts and stuff. Like half-assed, just like really slowly moving, mixing like poultice or whatever, just still going, but obviously been done for 3-4 hours at this point.
Okay. As you kind of do that, the sun continues to creep higher and higher till it's roughly breakfast time. As you kind of look around, etc., you see the other temple clerics, etc. They're just as wiped, if not more wiped than you are. Eventually, you see one of them just kind of collapse from exhaustion, if nothing else. At that point, the head priestess comes forward and announces to everyone, "You've done all that you can. Everyone, take a rest."
I keep going for a little while.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a... All right. Go ahead and roll me... Let's see here. Go ahead and roll me a resilience check. This is going to be a hard check.
Okay. Skills. Okay, hard is 4. Hard is 4, right?
Hard is 3. Daunting is 4.
Formidable is 5. There you go.
Yeah, you're still able to go at this point. You continue to heal and try and essentially do your best. And eventually it just becomes too much. The strain of it is just absolutely too much. Around this time is where the rest pop in. Like they actually come through the door, see you, and you just right to the floor.
Oh, I catch him. Like.
You don't have time to catch him, Christina. He passes out before you can reach him.
Wait for it.
Shut up.
Sorry, I had to pull Simpsons there.
Anyway, go ahead and roll me a simple cool check, which is no purples or reds.
Me?
Yep. Okay, so you regain 2 strain. So you're up to 3 now. Who all went to the temple to actually find him?
I think we all did.
I believe I went as well. I have some sort of item to restore his stamina. Mr. Kushtrak, would you like to drink this? It should restore your vitality, good sir. I'm trying a new accent.
No, give it to someone else.
I'm pretty sure it's better in your hands than mine, and begin to force it to him.
Okay.
No, I take it and I start giving it to someone, like some random stranger.
You're a ding dong. Slap him in the face and make him. I hold his beard so that his weebly jaw forces it down.
Dude, you're not very strong.
I was gonna say at this
Listen, I've
point
only got
you're
one arm.
Yeah, okay. Well, so are you passing this off to somebody else, Kustrock, then, or are you gonna actually drink it?
I'm gonna drink it because he insists, but
Heck
But,
yeah.
like, first
Check the
instinct
notes,
is to-
Mr. DM, because you told me to
Yep.
tell you if anybody drinks my super strong stamina elixir.
All right. So, Kustrock, as you drink this potion, you suddenly feel an uplift of energy. Go ahead and recover 5 strain.
5 strain. Yeah.
5 strain.
Yep, 5
Wow.
strain.
Wow.
Now, as you drink it, though, you're suddenly, it feels like somebody just kicked you in the stomach when it reaches your stomach, and you
Ow.
have to double over almost with the pain of it. Remove 2 of those.
Really?
Yep, that's
No, that's the disadvantages I got when I rolled. I get.
yep, that's exactly what it was. So
Hey, it's a
anyway,
net gain of 2.
so you gain 3, essentially 3 of them.
Hey, that's better than what I was at.
Okay, so you're now back up. You're feeling revitalized. You're still dead tired, but at least you're up and awake. So, what are you guys doing now?
Oh, yes. I posted a picture of my mask I'm wearing for the day in general. I've been missing out on that. But anyways,
I saw the Steam sign and I'm like, what?
I'm going to look around and see what was he doing?
Okay, as you look around closer, you see that the entirety of the temple, minus some walking space, is devoted to people that are in various states of just pain, essentially.
Can I use a medicine check or something to see what's causing this?
Sure.
Okay. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be average.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh, let me double check my book, make sure I'm doing this right. I was trying to go off memory. Ah. There we go.
Okay, you know exactly what this is. You've actually seen it before.
Okay.
It's trying to think of the name of it because apparently I didn't put it down like I should have. This is Ringing Madness.
What is ringing madness?
Essentially, Ringing Madness is essentially it's a kind of disease that when you get it, essentially there's a painful ringing that starts in your ears, and essentially if you are unable to fight it off, you go mad.
Oh. Do I know how to cure it?
Should be a fairly simple remedy if you can get the stuff. If you even remember what that is, because unfortunately you don't remember what it takes.
I can't make a roll.
If you would like, go ahead and roll me a formidable medicine check. So 5
Oh.
purple.
I assist him.
Yes,
I
if
would
you'd
like
like.
to, because I am an apothecary.
Can I also assist him because I've been exposed to this for a long time now?
Sure.
So
I
what
have
is formidable is 5 or 4?
5.
5 purples?
Yep, 5
Yeah.
purples. You get 2 boosts because they're helping you.
Oh my god.
You got
He's like,
this.
this is gonna be good. I believe in you. Tell me what we
Alright,
need
here
and
we
I'm
go.
gonna make a.
Successes. Come on now.
This isn't a.
I'm gonna see like
I
2
can
triumphs out of
raise
this.
my medicine
Right.
to 5 yellows.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll bump it up. I mean, I don't have to use it for a spell. Well, who could, I'll
Tweet
use my once per
possibly
session.
happen?
We're about
Yeah,
to
what's the worst
No.
that could happen?
All right, here we go. Dun da da.
That's a whole lot.
There you go.
Jeez. Holy moly.
Yeah.
Hey, no screaming.
All right. So,
Stop chasing.
as you kind of look over it, you realize that you don't remember exactly what it is, but you kind of remember where you found it the last time you saw it. So you actually have to run over to the library to actually get it, where they have a book on like water and herbal plants. Essentially, it's a very simple tincture to make. Unfortunately, the key ingredient is very difficult to find.
No.
It cannot actually be cultivated, and it can only be found naturally. So that's what makes it kind of hard to do.
I'll look around and go, hey guys, I remember where we can find the cure for this. It's in the library, my favorite place to go.
Unfortunately, it wasn't your favorite place because you don't particularly have fond memories of this with your master. Because your master is the one who made you kind of do this.
Oh, that's why I'm mad. I love the library. I'm smiling even though I have a mask on, you can't tell. But yes. We should definitely go to the library. Do I think I could heal this with my non-existent hand? Can I suck the disease out of them into my non-existent black hand?
You can try.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna try to just remove the disease with my hand. Maybe 2 negatives will cancel each other out.
A more powerful disease conquers the other.
What would be the difficulty if I tried?
The difficulty for it. Go ahead and give me a. Go ahead and give me a resilience check. It's gonna be
God. No, not resilience. I was gonna use magic. I can't cure him with a heal or anything.
If you want to try and just cast healing on them, you can definitely try and cast healing. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
Kustok has been healing them all night.
Oh, and it hasn't been working?
Yeah, they're all still. If healing would have been working, they would have been better by now.
Okay, well then let's go to the library if that's the case. Thank you, Kostra.
We need to find this
Truly,
ingredient where we can find it.
I walk out the door, not waiting for anybody, heading to the library. And I'm going to skip and whistle at the same time.
Okay. As you kind of leave the library, you see several guards kind of patrolling. They're wearing masks, like cloth masks. Upon seeing you, they call
Skipping
out,
and whistling?
"Halt!" And they start kind of coming towards you.
What's up?
I keep skipping whistling.
We're behind them, probably. At least I am.
Yeah.
I will stop
I am.
and say hello.
What are you doing out on the streets?
To find a cure.
Traversing the town, I believe. Why? Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. Hi, my name's
You
Rudy.
did.
The city's on lockdown. You aren't to leave your abode, your home, your inn, wherever you're from.
I mean, we have a good idea about not doing that. I apologize, and then I begin to try to bird on past him with my beetle under me.
Sure, we'll go back to our home. It's this way.
Stay off
I mean, I
this.
figured you guys were still
The
going.
guard at this point is just like exasperated. He looks dead tired too. Stay off the streets. We're not sure how this disease is spread, but we don't want it spread any further than it's already been.
Looks like you need some rest, too.
With that, you can see him kind of like clutching his head like he's got a headache. He kind of looks up and he sees like the well, and he goes straight for it and kind of starts dipping his arms in and wiping the water over his arms.
Sir,
You okay?
What?
sir, I have a question for you. Is that the same well that all those people that have been sickness, the reigning madness, kind of wiping off in? Because that might be a bacterial transmission, and that would be bad, sir. We're gonna try to get you some clean towels from the library. See you later.
Clean towels.
With that, he just kind of shoos you off, and as you kind of wander, or as you kind of look at him as he's shooing you, you see his eyes just his whole face just kind of darts to the left as though he's listening to something. And then he just kind of covers his ears again, and you can see him muttering something to himself.
We just caught it.
I keep going.
Alright, we'll keep going. We just caught it.
All right, so you guys
I mean-
continue.
I could have turned him into a servant, but oh well. We make it to the library, okay?
Yeah, you guys make it to the library. You
We begin our
guys,
search.
yep, you guys head in. It takes you a couple hours, but you're able to find the book that you were searching for. Essentially, Go ahead.
While we're in the library, I would like to take these couple hours. You know all the raw gems I got?
Yeah.
I would like to start experimenting more with my little heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So which kind of gem are you passing out to your heart now?
Let's start with a ruby.
Okay. So. And you're just doing one ruby, or are you doing multiple rubies?
Just the one for now. Because I'm experimenting, I don't know what's going on. So.
Okay, so the crystal or the elemental heart, as you put the ruby up against it, just kind of sucks it right in. And you notice that the elemental heart is starting to get warmer to the touch.
Evil.
Hey, Rudy, come check this out.
I come over and check it out.
Hey, check this out. I pull out another ruby and I stick it in.
Okay.
Stick it in.
It gets all sucked up.
Yep.
And
As you
it's
do,
happening so
it
fast.
definitely sucks in another one.
I'm like, hey, Kushak, you want to hear something be wild? We are all some sort of what that is, in a sense. Does that make sense? I mean,
No clue. No
we
idea.
are made of what that rock is made of, and what your buddy rock just ate of that rock. So one day, when it's big enough, it'll consume you too. And I waddle away.
I'm okay with this.
The cycle of life, folks, right there. I'm
The
okay
cycle
with
of
being
life.
eaten by a thing.
By my child that I'm feeding and raising. Totally.
Yes.
Are all
By my own
children
child.
parasites? I know I was.
Alrighty, so is that the only one you're given, or are you going to do some more?
I'll just keep doing a couple different ones.
Okay.
Like
Which
the
ones are you doing?
Sapphire.
Sapphire?
I'll do a sapphire and an emerald.
Alright, so as you do the sapphire, the heat kind of dissipates, and you find your palm a little more moist than it was before.
It tinkled on him.
As you do the emerald, you catch a whiff of kind of like honeysuckle.
Awesome. Cool. I'm figuring it out. I know what's going on. Kind of.
Alright. So, as you guys go through the library, it takes you a couple of hours to find the entries that you're looking for. Essentially, what you find out is that to actually cure ringing madness, there's two ways to do it. Either the victim's immune system can do it, which is fairly common. Generally, the disease isn't fatal. It's kind of like getting chicken pox.
Man.
The second way is you need to get a rare species of water starwort. It doesn't grow in abundance, and like I was telling you earlier, it can't be cultivated normally. You have to find it naturally.
Species of what?
Starwort. Water starwort.
And where is it found?
Usually in the water.
Well, yeah, but could be swampy water, could be fresh water, could be seawater.
Water starwort is usually found in vernal pools. Though this species is generally found in deeper water than a vernal pool.
Like infernal pool?
Vernal. Vernal means pond.
Oh, a pond. A deep pond. Is there
No,
any deep
this
pond?
specific stuff is found in It's found in a vernal pool, but it's deeper than that. And you
Deeper
know that this
it's
stuff
in
is usually found in salt water. Sometimes it can be found in fresh water, but more often they've found it in salt water.
So pretty much like off the coast past the ship there.
Possibly.
Do we know someone who would? Oh, sorry. Do you know someone who would know where to find this, where we could go gather some?
Unfortunately, because of how rare it is, the books don't really say. You're going to have to just look for it and hope you get lucky.
I don't
Or
know.
find some other way to do it.
Not like the guards can stop us. They're exhausted.
Rudy,
Yeah.
Rudy, you remember that herbologist?
Yeah, the guy that thinks I'm some sort of terrorist.
Yeah, that.
He might
crazy
have
guy.
some. You want to go rob
He
him?
might have some.
I mean, purchase some. Let's try the latter first, and if he doesn't have any, we'll just rob him anyway.
I think Kitlin should go.
Yeah, send the pretty face in. Send the pretty face. That's a great idea. Send
Wait,
in the
no,
muscle.
that's not what I meant.
Oh. I try to scratch my lack of beard with my butt and find
Really
myself.
good.
Sure.
You guys can rob things. Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and rob.
No, I wasn't gonna rob him. I was just gonna see if he knows a supplier or something.
I point at Coaster.
No, I'm not evil. I can't be evil.
I point at Rudy.
Can't be.
Terrorist.
All right. Shall we go look for this?
Sure. I start skipping again and whistling in such a good moody manner.
This is not. This is not her. Something's not right.
I know.
I'm uncomfortable.
The demon is too happy.
Yes.
The demon is too happy. Far too happy.
I mean, I never trusted her to be caught.
As I'm skipping.
Essentially, behind Gores as well, you guys see his automaton. It looks kind of a mix between like concerned and robotic, but also kind of pissed off a little bit, as far as robots can.
Everything okay? I'm not used to this.
It doesn't answer when you ask it, so...
Alright.
Oh, she looks pissed off?
A little bit.
I stop. I look at her. Why are you pissed off?
It kind of clacks trying to talk, but apparently it's not used to the body enough to actually talk to you. You recall a conversation you had last night about demon magic, and Penem not particularly liking that.
Oh, the type of magic I have?
No, just the fact that you called upon the demon to actually use the magic.
Oh. Oh. No,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, there you go. Now you know why she's pissed off at you.
Oh, she's still pissed off.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Hey, Kustra.
She can't speak?
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
That's strange. We'll
Alright.
have to work on that.
Alright, so you guys are heading for the apothecary, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
golden alembic.
Correct.
I know right where that is.
Alright, so you arrive at the golden alembic. You see that none of the lights are on. As far as you can tell, there's no lit candles or anything on the inside. Why are you guys like hiding underneath each other? Anyway, so you guys wander towards the entrance. The door is actually somewhat ajar.
I'm going to like quietly open the door and look around. Not entering, just looking around.
Okay. You see various display cases have been broken into. Glass is all over the floor. You see like powdered substances that have boot prints like tread everywhere. This store looks like it's been hit by a typhoon.
I'm going to take one step in.
Okay. Crunch as you step on some glass.
Ow.
Luckily, you have boots on, so you're fine.
Yeah.
With the fur.
I'm gonna pick up my legs up and I'm going to hover there, and I'm going to talk to my automaton,
Okay.
essentially explaining that she understood from the beginning what I was.
I'm gonna walk in
And then I'm gonna try
quietly.
working on making her talk while everyone else goes in. I'm gonna be like a lookout, but I'm gonna try to fix her vocal cords.
Alrighty. Alright, so what did you say, Christina?
I'm gonna walk in the rest of the way quietly.
Okay, so you kind of tiptoe through, avoiding the piles of glass, etc., still spreading some of the materials that are on the floor around. It smells pretty darn like, it smells like a mixture of like different herbs and spices, etc., all kind of merging into one, mixed with a little bit of sweat and some of that stuff from apparently where the people came rushing through and weren't very clean.
No, they ransacked this place.
Yep. So what are the two that are remaining outside the door doing?
I am hanging out with my beetle.
Okay.
I feel like I could do better if I was inside, but I don't know if it's safe, and this guy already doesn't like me.
Kitlin.
What?
Hey, Kitlin. Hey, can I come in?
Yes.
Okay. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Not very quietly.
Yeah, there's no quiet in this, but nothing
As the
seems
heavy
to
armor clings.
nothing seems to occur from this either.
Place looks decimated. Like somebody's destroyed it looking for something.
Probably the herb. I don't think they found it, because, look at the place. Can I make a check?
Hi.
What
I poke my head in through the window, and I'm like, that's a bit... You got it.
what kind of
Come
check
here.
are you wanting to make?
I just want to see, was there like a picture of the fruit, or the flower?
It had a pretty crude drawing, but give me a second, I'll pull it up for you.
Okay. And I just wanted to check and see if I could find it somewhere in here.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a formidable perception check.
Oh, by the way, I'm speaking in a totally different language, the language of my automaton, so no one really
Rudy might
understands
know
what I'm saying.
what's missing in here. He was the last one in here.
Oh,
Formidable
sure, just because I
force, right?
break in here every now and then.
No,
I mean,
I'm just.
That's
saying.
kind of what it looks like in its natural environment, which is how the stuff was drawn.
How many is formidable? 5?
5. Unfortunately, you spend some time looking around, but because of the state of the store, you're not seeing anything.
Any luck?
Well, no. If I had luck, I'd be like, hey guys, over here. I want to...
You need me to
it's
look
a-
around? Because you never know. I could be better. I could be worse.
Sure, why not? I wonder if the
same
apothecary
roll?
guy is here.
I
The
mean,
what?
I hope he's not, because he'd be dead.
The what guy?
I mean,
The apothecary guy?
Don't know. You'd have to search some more. You do see a door right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around to see if the water, the stone work is there real quick.
Okay, go ahead and roll the same check as he did.
You want it?
Okay, so you take some time at the same time as Kustrak. You kind of rifle through some stuff, following your nose, trying to find it. Essentially, you do find some. Unfortunately, it's unusable.
Oh,
Whoever grabbed it ended up on the floor somehow, and it has long since dried, which is useless to you. You
yeah,
need wet
it needs
stuff.
To be fresh.
Not
magically
fresh.
destroyed it, but I don't hear
It
that.
doesn't need to be fresh. It needs to be wet, and it's been dried far too long.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the door.
Okay.
slip around Kushtrak corner quietly, try and see if the door's locked.
Nope, it isn't. You try it, and it just kind of jiggles, and then you open it up.
Then I'm going to look to Kushtrak and just put my fingers to my lips and go shh, and walk in quietly, stealthily as best I can.
Okay.
Clink, clink.
Alright. What am I looking at?
So you see like a mixing room, different books on how to make different like potions, that sort of deal. You see his writing desk where it looks like the guy had a letter or something being written. You see a solar globe, which gives you kind of an idea of the celestial bodies. You're not sure how accurate it is. You also see a desk or a table where there's a whole bunch of mixtures, and it looks like somehow somebody like fell on top and then slid off, because you can see some of them are tipped, and then the trail of it just kind of leads off to the one side.
I'm going to like creep to here.
Okay. As you kind of look over, you start to see apparently the apothecary, the guy who was in charge of it.
Damn.
He's not moving, but that's all you can really see at this point. You don't see anything with him outside of lack of movement.
I'm gonna rush over to him and see. I'm gonna yell to Kushtrak. He's in here,
Yeah.
not moving. I don't know if he's dead or alive.
Oh fuck. Kushak's gonna run up and see if he's alive or dead or anything.
So initial thing that you see, his head is like shredded. Like we're talking both ears ripped off. His scalp is like basically gone. You see, it looks like he's gouged himself down to the skull on some things. There is blood legitimately everywhere on this side. You're not sure how you missed it before, but you have an assumption that this table being as large as it is what hid the blood. You guys also smell the very strong smell of iron.
Oh,
Oh, is he alive?
probably not the way he looks. The way he looks.
Well, is he?
Roll me a medicine
Because
check.
it's for Nick.
Roll an average
Medicine
medicine check. Unfortunately, unfortunately, the way the blood is around the scalp and stuff, where he's ripped into his head, it's tough to tell if he's alive or dead that way. So you're racking your brain at this point because you've been up, and that drug is starting to kind of wear off a little. So you're like, I can't think straight right now. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe slap him a little bit. See if he moves.
Okay, where are
I'll
you
slap
slapping
him.
him?
I'm
Slap
telling
that
Kitten
booty.
to do it.
He was telling me to do it, so I'll slap him a little, not
Where?
hard, just in his his face.
In his face.
Okay, so you smack his cheeks. Nothing seems to happen.
I am going to put my ear to his chest to see if there's a heartbeat.
You do not hear a heartbeat.
I just shake my head no.
Oh shit. I'm gonna look around. Is there any scrolls or parcels or anything in here?
You have your pick. There's books, scrolls, letters, you name it, it's probably in here at some point.
I'm gonna go over here and check the desk and anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for something that would tell us where the herb we need.
Okay, both of you go ahead and roll me a hard perception check.
I'm gonna send my familiar into the room,
Okay,
and I'm gonna occasionally look through my familiar's eyes while I'm helping my automaton.
your robot, got it.
Yeah, so I'm just keeping an eye on the group on the inside, keeping an eye outside, working on my automaton. Just multitasking.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right,
You
so
want to post a picture of it?
it's up to you if you want to or not. Go for it.
Sweet.
All right. So as you guys continue to search, Christina, you kind of get distracted in your pursuit of this. Essentially,
By
something
what?
kind of. As soon as Tyson posts the picture, you'll know by what. But
Dang it.
Kustrock, it takes you about an hour of rifling through papers and all of this stuff, kind of reading it. Most of it is just kind of correspondence between other apothecaries around the country on the Turtle. But as you kind of rifle through the books and stuff, you see different learning on different diseases and what you need for this and that. A lot of it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, just because it's more detailed than you're used to. But eventually you do come across the water starwort. Essentially, apparently he's the only dealer in town, and he has made a cliff note that you can find some in the bay.
How convenient.
He does reference, though, danger, but you're not sure of what.
Yes.
I looked at Caitlin. You ready to go swimming?
Always.
Woo!
Let's go.
Well, I want to check the desk real quick.
Oh,
Check
Christina,
the
go ahead and give me a give me an average resilience check too, by the way.
Alright, average is 2.
2 purples.
Alrighty.
That's always a good thing to tell your friend.
Yeah, just randomly give me a resilience check. That's not sketchy. That's not scary. No, that's
I'm not
Christina
concerned
will go
either.
mad a little bit here.
She starts to feel ringing in her ears.
Yep.
Yeah, Christina, you get a dull pain behind your ears, essentially. And you're starting to hear what sounds very faintly, almost like the beeps that you hear at the hearing checkups.
Okay. I'm going to ignore it the best I can.
It's pretty
Pretend
easy
I'm-
to ignore at this point, so you're fine.
I'm
All right.
going to pretend I'm not even hearing it.
Okay.
You know. I'm going to check the desk.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll me a hard perception.
Say it again.
Yeah.
You don't find anything of special note. You do find a couple of like love letters that this guy has written, but
That's sad.
that's about it.
Alright,
Take
open up.
them. I mean,
No. Flip out.
All right, so you guys come back outside. Gores, as far as you're concerned, there is absolutely nothing wrong with your robot. It just must be the entity that's helping power it that's just having trouble. So it's just going to have to be one of those things that the entity learns to speak through.
Okay. Well, I comfort her, I guess. Or,
Alright, we need to go swimming. Although, there any problems, Kustra?
It said a danger warning. I'll pull out the piece of paper because I obviously took it because dead men don't need things. And I'm like, it
Got any
says
money?
danger warning. Danger. I didn't loot the body. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I didn't even
you
look
kind
the
of
bottom.
did.
I looted his house. It's different, okay?
Just a little.
Different. No, it's different, Caitlin. Different. Got it. Okay. I pull out the piece of paper that describes what it is and just say, explain. It just says in the bay. So there's a warning of danger, but I mean, nothing specific.
oh, I have an idea of the general direction it's in.
It's it's in the bay, so back towards the docks.
Oh yeah, well, I might be able to help pinpoint it since we know it's the docks.
Okay.
Well, I'll run back in real quick and I get the dried herbs, the dried starwort, and I run back and give it to Gores. This is what it looks like.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out a bowl and water, and I'm gonna have a stick, a small stick that goes in there, kind of like a compass, and I'm gonna see if I can't get it to magnetize to what she brought. so
Okay.
we can just follow the stick in the direction of the docks.
Exactly.
Okay. So go ahead and roll it.
What would be the utility difficulty?
It's gonna be just average.
Okay, I'm gonna call my familiar back over, so it's flapping around my head.
Okay.
I'm like, yes.
Damn it.
There you go.
Back into general, I see, huh?
Huh?
Back into general chat,
Roll
I
the general
see.
again.
I can't hear you. Someone's moving something in the background.
Back into general chat, I see.
Oh shit! Sorry. Oh well. Anyways, my roll stands.
All right. So as you do this, it's fairly easy and straightforward. It doesn't appear to be anything super difficult. In fact, now that you've done it once or twice, you're like, oh, I got this ritual down. So the stick starts to point you, obviously, towards the coast. Kind of where you guys were expecting.
Mhm.
As you guys continue back from the apothecary down towards the docks, you're starting to see more and more people. Okay. Not sure what's going on. Aaron, you might need to pop out and pop back in if you're having mic issues.
No, I'm just being dumb.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Sorry, I just saw it flashing between us. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but okay. Let's address this real quick. As you kind of continue through, you're starting to see more people in the streets again. Several of the guards are attempting to push the people back inside, but they're not having much success because of the volume of people coming out.
Right.
And all of them are kind of clutching their head. You see one guy actually scraping skin off of his face as he's trying to get to the source of the sound.
Oh my, we should probably move a little bit faster.
Yes, we should. I still
I'll
say
look
nothing.
at my robot and ask her to please protect me, because if the spell gets interrupted, it'll be harder to find a cure for all these people.
Okay. So she takes up a defensive stance to help you out. Outside of that, doesn't seem to be too much danger. Go ahead and roll me a streetwise, though.
Go ahead, somebody roll streetwise.
Do you want me to help you?
man.
Because that's kind of my thing.
I'm concentrating on a spell, so someone else needs to roll streetwise.
I'll roll it. What's the difficulty?
Average.
2.
If you don't get this, I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
If I don't get this, something's wrong.
I'm assuming that latest roll is I got this.
Yeah, it's 3 successes and a failure.
Okay.
A threat.
All right. So yeah, you've got this. You managed to make your way out of town, etc. Not anything terrible. Essentially, you have to dodge a few, people that are collapsing and just shrieking as they rip into their heads. You get the sense that they're not shrieking because of the pain, but because of whatever's going on. Christina, go ahead and give me a hard resilience check.
Shit.
Goodbye, good.
Right?
It was nice knowing you.
All right, so unfortunately, you're not having much luck fighting this off. The ringing that started off is just the faint, oh, this is like when I'm getting my hearing check done, is starting to turn into whispering noises. And as you kind of go, it's making it much harder for you to pay attention to everything else around you. You're going to now take a setback every check you make that deals with...
Right, and I'm sure they noticed something by now.
Yes, at this point, you guys see her kind of shifty, looking around, trying to see something that you guys just aren't seeing.
She finally has what I have.
No, yours is genetic. Hers is a disease. Kitlin, come here. Can I try and make a medicine check to help reduce her symptoms or whatever?
You can definitely try, yes.
I'm gonna whisper. It's already too late.
Throw the finger at the construct, not construct, but Gorse, seriously.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
At this point, it's going to be average.
Half and half.
Dude, that was so taxing on you. Do I just see sweat pouring off Kostruk?
Yeah.
Okay, and what check were you doing? Medicine, or was this your magic?
That was a medicine check.
Okay, so it takes you some time to do this because you've seen the disease at this stage, but you're tired, like you're mind-numbingly tired. So take 4 strain, and you notice that she does have the same symptoms you've seen before.
Guys, I'm gonna die.
What are you?
I mean,
what's your strain at?
I'm at 2.
Oh, so I'm gonna look at Kostruk and notice that and go, you know, there's brighter days and you'll be okay. Yeah. Song for him.
You okay?
No, I have this ringing
thanks.
and whispering in my ear. No, I'm not okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Kostruk. I'm trying to lift your mood.
Well, let's keep going to the dock. I'll be fine.
I'm gonna be pointless, but okay.
I was going to say, I think Kustrak's not in any better shape than you are.
No.
All right, so you guys head for the docks. When you get there, you can see several ships are actually out at sea, but not very far. They appear to be anchored just offshore. You see several sailors. Pretty much all of them are on the docks collapsed. Some of them holding their heads. Some of them are just kind of rocking back and forth in the beginning throes of ringing madness, that sort of deal. None of them are able to help you.
Out of curiosity, my guys, are we going to have to help these people?
No. We're not gonna help them at all. Glorious
I mean,
amount of money.
I would like to help, but I would like to,
Let's just find
maybe
it first.
utilize this.
Yes, utilize. Well, if we get a good route, we might be able to replicate it.
Oh, right, magic, you can do that.
Yeah.
As he said, he can't cultivate it. He can't. Whatever. I'm a potato.
You're on the right track there, Tony. You're on the right track. Kind of.
Magic won't work either, but we'll be okay.
All right, so most of the larger ships are already out in the port. You do see some like dinghies and stuff that are attached to the docks. Some of them most of them have a sailor in them that apparently was trying to unhook it so they could like sail out before this disease hit. But the few that you think might have made it out, you see below the water. So whoever was trying to pilot these probably sunk their own craft.
Oh my.
I just find one random dinghy and I pick the guy up out of it and put him on the dock safely.
Okay.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
Alrighty. So go ahead and give me a... Actually, I'm just going to roll this. What's your resilience?
Mine?
Yep, what's your resilience?
3 green.
And do you have any armor on?
Yeah, I have 1 event.
Okay. Alright, so as you pick this guy up, he immediately shrieks and goes to scratch at you, but his fingernails and stuff, already worn away from like clutching at the boat and scratching, trying to get rid of the noise, just kind of come off on your armor. and you essentially have these blood smears now on your armor. But you're able to like set him off to the side without further incident.
I make sure to put him far enough away from the edge so he doesn't naturally flail himself and drown.
Okay. Alrighty. As you picked him up too, you noticed even through like the gloves and stuff that you kind of wear, your leather, you can feel his body heat. He is burning up, like hot. But he's not sweating, which is the weirder part.
We gotta help these people.
I'm singing. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
So, who all's getting in the dinghy? There's enough room for all of you to get in. Except for Beetle, because Beetle's too big.
Woohoo! We all get in.
You
I'm gonna just hover on the beetle, right?
Are you putting me in this boat?
If you would like to just fly out there with the Beetle, that's fine. Just realize
Totally
that
doing
Beetle's going to have to hover until you get back. Because if he jumps into the boat,
Beetle
it's going
can't
to
swim.
swamp it.
Shit.
Yep, that's what I'm getting at.
I mean, I'm sad.
Are you forcing me in the boat? Because I'm not getting in.
I just look at Kitlin dead in the eyes and said, "Get in the fucking boat."
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Are you going to do that, Christina, or do I need to have him roll a coercion check to force you into the boat that way?
You're going to have to roll a coercion.
All right, so Christina, you roll me your discipline or
With a
cool
setback.
with a setback. Kustrak, I need you to roll me your coercion check.
In hindsight, my guy, do you really want somebody who's like losing their mind on a tiny little boat with us as we're searching
Exactly.
diligently for?
Against what? Just roll it with the setback?
Just roll it with the setback. All right, so Christina, you, essentially when he says that, just how tired he is and how irritated he is comes through, and you're like, I better not fucking like mess with this dwarf. He might actually kill me at this point. And so you happily at that point hop in the boat. You don't like the boat, obviously, but
Don't like the boat.
you would rather be in the boat than the alternative.
I don't really want my beetle to drown. Can I?
Are you playing League of Legends while we're?
No, I'm sitting in a lobby.
Oh.
Hey, because I wanted to play with a friend, and it just doesn't.
Alright, so let's do this.
I'm still holding the bowl, Nick.
Alrighty.
Off we go.
Alright, so it leads you out into the bay. Rudy, what are you doing with your beetle?
I'm gonna ask him to hop up on a shelf somewhere.
Okay.
And avoid contact with things. Like, don't eat anybody, okay, dude?
The beetle kind of buzzes and hops up on a roof, and it just sits there and watches almost forlornly as you kind of gently row out to the...
to the danger zone.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, Kustrak's technically the only one that can technically do it, unless Gors wants to use Shadow Hand.
Yeah. Or me and Gors can take one side.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be kind of interesting. Who's rowing the boat?
Christina and
Extremely.
Christina's not in any state at this point to do it.
Do you really want me rowing this thing? No.
Yep. I have to hold this bowl to make it.
All right, so Christina, Kustrak, you're fine. I'm not gonna have you roll. Christina, give me a coordination check. You're gonna upgrade it once, so it's gonna be two. It's gonna be a red, a purple, and a setback.
Automaton, row, since she's so paranoid, can my automaton, my robot?
Yeah, if you'd like to have your robot roll or row.
I'll ask her if she can please row.
Okay.
Row your butt.
The without complaint or anything, the robot kind of pushes Christina out of the way gently, and then sits down and begins to row. Initially, kind of off center with Kustrak, so you guys kind of go in a half circle, but then it starts getting the rhythm, and actually perfectly with Kustrak. As you're doing it, you guys notice that there is absolutely no difference between their two rowing. For you, Kustrak, that just means that she's keeping up with you specifically, and you guys are able to row out where you need to.
She's so good at this. I'm so proud.
All right, so you guys end up roughly here. So the nearest ship is roughly like here. You guys are way out there.
Holy
Oh
shit.
my god, we're gonna die.
And as you do as you get to that point, the stick actually is going straight up and down right now in the bowl.
Wow.
I hope there's a lot of this.
There's definitely. Down we go.
Who's gonna
Swing
jump down there?
transfer.
Oh wait, probably me.
Hey, Gores, can you, do you have a water breathing spell of some sort so we don't fucking drown?
I was wondering what you guys are going to do about that.
Yeah, sure I do. I'm not. It's not really my repertoire.
Oh my
You notice me
goodness.
pull out a book, and I start flipping through this book, and it looks like it's made of like human skin. And I start flipping through it, and I go, I guess I could try this. And I pull out I start writing in it. So I'm gonna go and try to make a bubble that goes around the head, Nick.
Yeah, I kind of figured. And you're going to do that for everybody, right?
Why not?
Well, I mean, you don't
I think
have
we
to.
should
Somebody
keep-
could try and hold their breath.
Well, I'm gonna make it last. I'm gonna make it so I will not put the bubble on myself because I'm going to have to concentrate on the spell as they move, and it'll be very difficult for me.
If you wanted to set it up a specific way, Tyson, where it like almost the magic latches on at the neck and creates an air bubble, you can do that. I'm just going to give you an upgrade on that check.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. All right, so it would be a utility which starts at 1. How many of you guys are going under the water?
I feel
I'm
like
not.
swimmer.
No.
I would be
I
able to
think me
recognize this better though, so I'd probably have to go.
and Kitlin, I think, are going to stay above the water on the boat.
Okay, so it's going to
Well,
be
I think
Rudy
you
and
might-
Gores that are going underwater then.
One arm
Well,
swimming.
And the
And his-
my
I'm
robot
swimming.
can't, of course.
Jesus.
You could technically put your robot in. You're just going to have to clean her out of seawater afterward.
Good lord. All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Well,
All right, so you 3 are going to go under. The other 2
Oh,
are going to
and
remain
I-
up top.
oh, and
Got
my
it.
familiar will have his bubble.
Oh, actually, I take that back. Penem cannot go underwater because she has to help maintain the boat there. Unless Kustrak is going to try and do it by himself.
No. So I'm gonna have
Well, Rudy has
just
one
the
arm.
2 of us and a familiar, so would be 3.
Okay. Your familiar isn't going to do well underwater, but we can definitely make that work. Go ahead and give me a red, a purple, and another purple as far as the difficulty for this utility
have,
spell.
We'll have him sit. He can just but he'll have his own bubble in case he.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the hard with 1 red.
Holy shit, I
Not
did it
that
wrong.
hard. Not that hard.
Oh, wow. It's so difficult, guys.
Okay. Yes, you expertly make these bubbles to the point that water actually is what filters through the bubble but creates air. You're almost making like an underwater like air circulation that continues to go through. So
Okay.
essentially as you guys dive, these bubbles stay with you, but the water kind of goes over it and it makes more air for you as needed. Wow, you made like a renewable oxygen tank off of that.
Yeah, you did.
It
I
does,
got a
however,
mixed
take a
photo.
lot out of you, so that takes 4 plus your 2 strain.
Yeah, I'm at 10 strain now.
Alright, so you guys dive. And it takes you about 5 minutes about 5 to 10 minutes to get towards the bottom where the plant would actually be.
Okay.
As you guys continue to dive, Christina, Kustrak, as you guys sit aboard the boat with the automaton, you guys start to see something in the water. You're not sure what it is, but it's definitely not your companions.
Oh,
That's not
jeez.
good. That's not good. That's not good.
You're just
You see a
being
fin
Kitlin.
cut up through the surf as it
Oh, shit.
lazily swims towards your boat.
Is it like it's late? So it's not like on attack path. Is it?
It does not appear to be. No.
Just
Okay.
stay still.
I'm just gonna like slowly pull my halberd out and just have it ready and keep an eye on him.
Can
Okay.
my automaton attack it?
If you would like to have your automaton attack it,
No!
yes.
No.
Oh yes. Well, I would assume she. Well, would she think this is a threat to the party? Would
A
she
threat
attack it?
to the boat? No. To you guys underwater? Quite possibly.
Okay. Would she attack it?
I don't know. At this point, threat response would be probably not, just because nobody's been injured.
Okay. Then we'll leave it be.
Okay. As it gets closer, you notice that it's a shark, but it looks a little different than normal sharks that you've seen before. This one appears to have and I'll show you guys a picture of it, since you guys are seeing it. Where'd it go? Down here. There it is.
These motherfucking demon sharks on my motherfucking boat.
It looks something like that.
Jesus.
Demon boat.
And it just lazily swims around the boat a couple of times and then swims away, and its fin just goes underneath the surf and you don't see it again.
We still don't
I
have a
think
form of
that
communication, do we?
Nope. Nope.
no way to communicate this.
All right,
I
so
can't
go ahead.
use magic. I can't use magic. I'm very tired.
Why don't you get some rest?
I kind of chill on the boat, trying to like rest up, get
Okay.
that 20-minute power nap in, you know.
All right, go ahead and roll me a cool check. As you're doing that, Penem kind of reaches over, grabs your oar, and just kind of gently keeps you guys there.
Do I need to make another resilience check?
Not yet.
Okay.
All right, so you two are not here, but you guys can definitely watch as this kind of unfolds. Penem is not here
Okay.
either. All right. So you regain 1 strain from your rest. As you guys dive, you guys see the floor, the bed below you. Essentially, you see a lot of like turtle shell, but you also see sediment that has come up that has kind of come off the land to settle, and so it makes a sea bed. In addition to that, you see some old lighthouse ruins that are just kind of have apparently part of the land just crumpled into the water, taking the lighthouse with it. Everything is vibrant and colorful. Once you hit about 45 to 50 feet under the water, as you kind of look around, what used to be red isn't red anymore. It's like a deep purple. You also can feel like a very gentle current kind of going past you. It almost feels like wind, but it feels like almost like a very gentle jet stream of water from like a jacuzzi as well.
Do we see the stuff that we're looking?
As you kind of go down, what did you do with your bowl, by the way? Because there's a lot of water here, and it'd probably separate it.
Yeah, I stopped concentrating on it because I cast their spell.
Okay. As you look around, Rudy, actually everybody that's here, go ahead and give
Yes,
me
I would
a
love to.
hard perception check. You're going to have a setback due to the way the water interacts with your eyes through the bubble.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have Rudy do the perception check, and I would like to cast a spell,
Okay.
and it's my
You said 1 setback, and what was the difficulty?
It's a hard, yes.
It's my mass empowered, the smoky armor.
I succeed.
Okay, so you're wanting to create your armor underwater?
Right.
Okay.
So, and it does me an additional target. Normally costs 4 purple, but I took the talent where it's my signature spell, so it's only 3 purple.
Okay.
I
Due
get
to
a
the
setback
nature of the
underwater?
water around you as well, I'm actually going to upgrade the difficulty, not add a setback. So you're going to get 1 red on the normal check.
Use a story point.
Man. Right?
You're doing it.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah,
Well, successful.
you definitely create your mage armor underwater with the shadows, etc. Unfortunately, due to the level of concentration you're having to do because of the way the water is, and it's kind of not working well with your shadow magic, you suddenly realize that you're no longer breathing underwater.
Oh.
Your helmet of air has essentially dissipated with just a bloop.
I'm gonna try to recast my thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. You're going to upgrade it once with a red.
So it'll be one red, one since it's just me?
Yep.
Or just one red because it's just me?
It'll be one red plus a setback just due to the fact that you're underwater trying to cast this.
Oh, God. Alright. One red and a setback. Okay.
You're doing it in general again.
Woohoo! Ah, fuck. Thanks.
It doesn't matter. It's at least we're there. All right. Anyway, yes, you're able to recast it. You're like, oh shit, and you recast it. Luckily, keeping both spells going at once. Rudy, you actually had a momentary lapse of panic as you saw your companion suddenly lose the bubble
dear.
and then get it back.
Okay.
Well, since I didn't have to concentrate on the bubble, it kind of... Anyways, you have black tendrils of water milking around you, Rudy.
Nice.
All right, so Rudy, you do find the plants that you guys are looking for fairly quickly and easily.
Nice.
They happen to be right here.
That's what I thought.
Where?
I couldn't say anything, but that's what I thought.
Right here.
Oh, nice.
Heck yeah. So I scuttle my little boodle on over there and I'm like, ooh, this is delicious.
All right. I'm assuming you're going to try and tell Gores, or are you just going to swim over by yourself?
I kind of wave. I don't know.
I'll keep up with them. I'm going to move slowly because I'm maintaining spell on
Okay.
us both.
Alrighty. As you do, you get to... Both of you kind of get to where the plant is. It looks fairly easy to collect. You can basically just slice it off with a knife and you're good. Not hard.
I don't have a knife.
As much as we
No, I
can.
have a knife. I'm kidding.
I was going to say, oh shit. No knife underwater.
We're
All
going
right.
to collect as much as we can.
Alrighty. So you guys start scraping it away from the rock. Go ahead and give me a coordination check. It's going to be an average coordination check with a setback due to you guys not being used to working in essentially zero gravity conditions.
Hold up. Yeah, I will give aid to Tony so he gets a boost on his coordination.
Okay, so you buoy him. That way Tony can do the cutting. Got it.
Gotcha. So that's a boost. Is there any setbacks? I totally spaced it. If I get a boost, I don't get a set.
You do get a setback. You get a boost and a setback here.
And a setback, yes.
All right. It's saying I have a connection problem with the server, so I'm hoping it loads this coordination. Oh, I'm strong at coordination. Wait, can I use the thingy for coordination instead?
You're cutting?
Probably not.
Oh, is there...
Because I have a talent that lets me swap those things.
Okay, thanks.
You should be able to.
I don't know what did she make.
Let
Everybody's
me...
cutting out. Is my internet dying?
Probably.
It's
Hold
For
on.
the
Cut.
precision. I guess
Yeah.
it's only for ranged or brawl.
We'll let it for now
So-
because, I mean, it makes sense. You would be smartly trying to scrape this stuff off, so I'll allow it.
All his boost.
It'll be roll green. Boost set. Oops, set back. And what was the difficulty? 2 purple, 3 purple. I'm gonna say 2 purple because I can't hear any. I'm getting that. What's the difficulty on that?
It's going to be 2 purples
I thought so. And a setback.
and
right?
setback, yes.
Sorry for the
No worries.
delay on that.
You're fine. All right, so as you dig into it, you're starting to scrape it away. Not a big deal. Thanks to Gores actually holding you steady and maintaining your guys' buoyancy in the water, you actually find the work fairly easy to do.
Yay.
The plant seems to just kind of come away in clumps. Are you guys trying to take all of it, or are you guys going to leave some of it to regrow?
Leave
Some to regrow.
just a
Because you can't
little
cultivate
bit to
it, that would be-
regrow.
And I give it a kiss goodbye.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
as you continue to cut it, and you guys are basically down here for at least a half hour, if not longer, just having to come down, etc.
There's a moving coaster in the water. It's a
Yeah.
ghost.
Go ahead and both of you roll me a average perception check with a setback.
Average perception check with a setback. Oh god. Oh god. No, not perception. My characters
Hold on. My
too into themselves to pay attention to things around the world.
oh.
Okay.
Average, you said?
Yep, average.
So I should only get 2.
Don't forget your purples.
Well, that's strange.
You hit AAS.
There we go. Aha!
Alrighty.
We're okay.
So, as you guys continue to do what you're doing, out of the murky depths of the ocean, you guys see a figure kind of just gently swimming your way. It looks very remarkably like what was seen up above, and it's coming from this direction. As it just kind of trolls along the edge of the cliff there.
And we're done, right?
You've got enough there that you could probably make quite a few potions as needed. Not enough to cover the city, obviously, but at least not under normal means. But yes,
God.
you are essentially done, if you would like.
Okay, up we go.
Okay, so you're just kind of... Are you just trying to shoot towards the surface, then?
No, well, let's stealthily do it, Rudy.
You want me to do a thing?
I think he
I
wants
say
you
we
to
head
go
towards the
quietly. He kind of taps you on the shoulder, points towards, like, the shark, and then points up. But he makes, like,
Yes.
a slow motion.
Got you. I
Yes.
ready my dagger. I have like a little component.
Okay.
Yeah, we're totally calling it.
Okay.
I will roll an agility help.
Hold
Let's
on,
see
I've
if
got to
I can
pull something up
snap.
real quick, but give me just a second. I'll be ready. Where'd it go? This is blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just going to use one of these. Yeah, I'll just do base it. All right, go ahead and roll the stealth check. It's going to be, let's see. For this, you're going to be rolling two purples, but you're also getting a setback, and it's upgraded once for the water.
So, 1 red, 1 purple, and a setback.
Yep.
Gotcha.
For
I'm
agility,
learning these things slowly. I'm trying to anyway. I'm gonna get dick done.
What am I
here.
rolling? Stealth, agility, what?
At this point, if you're trying to just be quiet swimming up, you're going to need to roll a stealth check.
Come on, you got
Oh
this.
god, I don't have this.
You got this.
No!
Story point. Come on.
Can I use a story point?
Of course you can. I'll use
One
one
red,
too to
one
give you
purple.
another red, though. So 2 red and a black. Hey, I got to give it back.
You're an ass.
All right,
He
Tyson.
doesn't necessarily fail.
Tyson is not doing so well stealthily. Tyson, you're trying to swim up slowly and quietly, but you're not used to swimming at all. And as
Well,
you
at least
do,
I didn't get a
you see the shark kind of key in on you, and it starts getting closer. It gets to about right here, and it's starting to angle
God.
up towards you as though it's interested. Go ahead and give me another perception check, both of you.
Can I do a thing?
What are you wanting
Am I
to
getting
do?
near the boat?
No, you guys got a long way to go before you get to the boat.
Alright, I have a shiny thing in my bag. Can I use a story point to say that I have that and try to make a glimmer in the sand to look at?
A glimmer what now?
A glimmer in the sand for them to look at, like a distraction.
Oh, you want to say that something fell out of your pouch when you were swimming up and it's in the...
No, like I have a shiny plate, and because of the sun's reflection, I can like kind of either blind them or have them see something behind Gores that will catch their attention more.
If you would like that, sure. So you
I would
reach
like
into your pouch, you pull out a shiny plate that you're not sure how you have it.
Oh, it's my lunch plate for secondsies.
There you go. And you start kind of angling the sun with it as you're kind of slowly swimming up, trying
Is this
to...
coordination, you think?
Yeah, this will definitely be coordination.
Oh, great. That's my strong suit. Yeah. Gotcha. I will roll that.
All up the
You
heat.
said it's hard?
In this case, yes, because you're trying to angle something in the water that's already refracting light, as well as trying to swim. So
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
you're not able
All
to
dice
do it.
So I
All
waste
right.
some time. All right, goodbye, Gores.
Tyson, you happen to see another shark swimming lazily your way. It's a little further off than the first one, but it is not. It is. It's coming your direction at least. And this one is
Right.
actually trawling over some of the reef that is right there.
Well, I'm gonna keep trying to swim.
Okay. So you guys continue to swim up.
If they attack, then yeah, we'll roll initiative and I'll do something. Got it.
All right. So you guys continue to swim up. Rudy, is there anything else you want to do?
No, there wasn't original.
Oh, I do have something I want to do.
Oh man,
What's
I'm gonna
up?
go back up. I'm fine.
I'm going to pull out a piece of food out of my my backpack and I'm gonna pull a piece of food out, maybe some leftovers I stuffed in a pocket, use a story point, and drop it.
Okay. What kind of leftovers are we talking here?
Beef jerky. Everybody loves beef jerky.
Okay.
Bloodied beef jerky.
Bloody beef jerky.
Okay. Sure. You reach into your pocket and you pull out this beef jerky that was bloody before, but now it's kind of intermingling in the water. And you kind of just drop it. As you do, the shark swims by it, chomps it up, and then it darts up to your level and begins to circle you.
Oh dear.
This shark,
Perfect.
seeing the rapid movement, rushes in, and it gets to right here. But it's like almost level with you. So, what would you guys like to do now? You're still swimming up. You still got a little ways to go.
I have question for Gores. How well can I communicate under?
Essentially, you can use hand signals.
All right.
Though technically, because you guys have the bubbles, you can try and talk to each other, but it's going to be... You're going to have to roll perception for
I'm
him
gonna
to hear
play
it.
charades and keep it just like that. How do I do this? I show like my hands like opening and closing, and I point to their sides. I can roll, I guess, a basic anatomy. See if my character would actually know what I'm doing.
It's fairly common
But-
knowledge for most people, kind of like it is today.
All right,
Punching a shark in
so-
the gills or the snout may or may not work. It's kind of
No,
up in the air.
Opening, and this is out of opening your air bubble so that they can't breathe while they're chasing.
Oh,
Same that
gotcha.
They did to our head, so we have air. All they can breathe is nothing.
Got
That
it.
was what I was trying to do, but that's metagaming knowledge. If you got it from my opening and closing of hands and pointing at the gills, then by all means. I guess I could point at my head and like bubble.
Yeah, that would have made more sense to point at your head, form the bubble, and then point at the shark and form the bubble.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Here's what we'll do, Tyson. I want you to
Charades.
roll. I want you to roll your discipline. Tony, I want you to roll your coordination.
Charades. Oh god, I'm amazing at.
I will roll the purples in this case. So you guys just roll your basic stuff. If it cancels out what I put in here, then you're fine.
I mean,
Nice.
somehow Tyson's gonna carry this hard. 2 successes.
Nice. 4 successes.
Yes, Tyson, somehow in some fucked up way of your mind, you immediately understand what
You're
he's
like,
trying.
I want to suffocate
trying to do.
those mammals or
Okay.
amphibious creatures.
You're not sure how, but you're like, huh, bubble, over gills, kill shark, great.
I'm gonna use my once per encounter. I get 2 strain back.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and attempt to cast it since I'm already maintaining another spell.
I would like. How many story points do we have? Are we keeping
Uh,
track of them?
at this point, you guys have 4 to my 1.
4 to your 1. Can I?
Yes.
Can I smile at his evil glee that are taken and look up to the surface to see the sun start to shine? 2 strain to everybody.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
fine.
What's the difficulty to put bubbles on both sharks?
At once, let's see. You're already maintaining
Yes.
2 spells, so that's going to be
with
2
the
purples.
Triumph, I didn't have to maintain it, remember?
Okay, so I'll do an upgrade instead. So it'll be a utility spell in this case, though it's more of an attack at this point. So let me see. So
I know I get a setback for being in the water.
Yep, you'll definitely get that. Because you're trying to do it to both of them,
2 reds.
you're going to have 2 purples based off of that. It's an attack spell, so it's going to be...
3
It'll be
purples.
3 purples upgraded once for a red. You're going to have a setback. Hold on, I'm trying to think of if there's anything else that needs to go into this. You're swimming, so that's going to be another red.
Another red or a setback?
Another red, because you're trying to swim while making hand motions. I don't know if you've ever tried to do that underwater. It's fucking hard to do that if
Gotta
you're not
keep
properly
underwater,
buoyanted. So yeah, we'll say 2 red, a purple, and a setback.
You got this.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Holy
You're-
Jesus.
You're
All
a
right.
hero.
I'll take that 7 strain.
So let me put that on them to
Jesus.
indicate its damage over time.
I want to point out that only Tyson strings of YYG as and still comes out like tremendously ahead. You want to know what I just had to roll against? 2 dice against 3 dice. That's as hard as I just got there. He's over here doing like algorithms.
All right, so Tyson, what's your base damage with that, with your magic?
I don't have my staff, so it's just based on how many successes.
Okay, so
And
3
plus
3
my
damage.
Intellect, plus my intellect of 5, so it'd be 8 damage.
Okay. Alrighty, so in this case, you're going to have to concentrate though, because if you don't, the bubbles are going to dissipate because you didn't get enough. Well, you got enough success or advantages. I'll say it. All right, so bubbles appear around the shark's gills. They don't particularly like that. They immediately dart away, trying to get away from whatever this danger is as they try to breathe with no air. I'm assuming you're just maintaining this on them, Tyson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we got shark jerky.
Alright, so you guys continue to swim up.
I'm going to take another 2 strain spells, just so you know.
Okay.
Now.
Alright, so back on the boat. You guys are not technically there. I'm moving you guys up and off the boat because you're not in the boat. What are you guys doing at this point? They've been gone for at least 15 minutes by this time.
I'm
15
just
minutes. I thought you said half an hour.
We're starting back in time a little bit.
Well, while they're doing that, I'm going to go get me a quick plate of food, so I'll be back.
Alright, go for it.
So while they're gone, I'm just trying to not pay attention to the whispers and the sounds in my ear.
Okay, go ahead and give me another resilience check.
So setback and 3 purple or 4 purple.
At this point, it's going to be 3 purple and a setback.
Got it.
Okay.
Nope.
Christina, as you kind of gaze out over the water, you just think about how nice and refreshingly cool that water would be on your burning skin.
I don't think I need to go for a swim because it's burning up. I'm hot. I need to go for a swim.
I don't know what you are, but what am I? That's what he is.
So, Kustrak.
He's got no headphones, remember? Headphones are dead.
Okay. I saw the mute deal there.
He's not muted, but...
Oh, he hit mute for a second.
Can he hear us still? Is the
He's-
question.
He's coming back in.
He
Apparently
might be
he's
coming
having
back in.
mic
Yep,
trouble.
there we go.
Still nothing, boss.
Aaron, let her swim. You know you want to.
and he died? Yeah! Who's gonna stop me?
You know how to swim?
Yes, I know how to swim, but me and my state would not be a good thing.
Damn.
Nope,
Testing.
still
Nope.
nothing. I was going to say, if you need to type out what you're going to say for this one, boss, we'll just go with that for a second.
Hello?
There we go.
Hello.
Hey, we hear you now.
I missed you.
I'm
Whenever
gonna
we-
try and just she said she's getting. She wants
Hot.
to swim, right?
And I want to swim to cool off.
I'm gonna just grab her and restrain her and just pin her down.
I like where this is going. That's out of character, of course. What? I'm not there yet. I'm just swimming in the water.
Alright, so you're gonna grapple me? Do I need to contest that?
Depends. How bad are you wanting to go in the water?
Pretty badly.
All right, go ahead. Both of you give me an athletics check. Simple, no purples.
Alright.
Oh, can I use my brawn instead?
Sure, why not?
Cool.
Brute strength versus her athletics.
Luckily, I'm not very athletic.
All right, yeah, you're easily able to restrain her to the inside of the boat. Penim actually takes hold of the oars so you can fight with her at this point.
Jesus.
I'm gonna. Is there anything I can do to help cool her down, soothe her? a little bit,
If you would
so
like
she's
to cast healing magic, then that might work. Because you'll remember the healing magic kind of helped, but it didn't cure it.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome
Oh,
back.
Fuck. Oh fuck. That's a hard choice because I have. Okay, I'll do it. I will try and heal her.
Okay.
Okay. What's the difference?
So to heal her, or not heal her, but try and heal her, it's going to be a hard check.
Okay, so an average check.
Yep. Exactly. All right, so Christina, you feel this cooling sensation just kind of come over your entire body. As it does, you're able to think a little bit too, because the noise of the whispering, which has been growing steadily worse and worse as you've waited out here, is starting to recede.
Thank you.
Kustrak, if
Yeah.
you'd like, you can use your 2 advantages there to heal the 2 strain that it would have cost you.
Would you consider this an encounter?
Yes.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna use my once per encounter thing and get it strained back too.
Alrighty. Alright, so another 15 or so minutes goes by. At this point, Christina, you're still doing okay. Luckily, the healing magic pushes
That
it
sounded
back
so
a little
bad,
while.
Christina. Sorry, Nick. That sounded so bad, Christina.
He's
Well,
grappling me. He's holding me down.
Why is he on top of me?
Out here, no one can hear you scream.
Apparently, jeez, help me. I will do what I did to you, the skeletons, what I do to you.
Alright, so
I still stay suspiciously close to you, way too, like an eye on you, because I'm not letting you fucking drown yourself.
Alright. As you have healed her too, you feel this almost like relief come into your own body as well, Kustrak. It starts off as like a warm, soothing feeling, and then it kind of merges into like this peaceful, like soothing. You feel at peace with where you're at in life at the moment, followed by a rock steady fortitude of this is exactly where I am supposed to be.
I look up and I say like a quick little thank you prayer, and I continue
Okay.
with what I'm doing.
Alrighty, so Tyson, Tony, or Gores and Rudy in this case, how fast are you
Yes.
guys coming up to the surface?
Not too fast.
I'm making my way off the stream, swimming slow. Faces go, and the sharks
Dude, you
say,
had that in your brain. For a
Alright,
bit.
so you guys hit about 15 feet. At this point, you can see the surface above you. It'll take you less than a minute to get up there if you wanted to swim fast.
Okay.
No, I have one arm. I'm maintaining spell. I
Alright.
slowly go up.
Okay.
I have a heavy pouch of the delicious green herb, and I am taking my time. I
Okay.
do not.
Eventually, after a few minutes, you guys break the surface. By this time, it has been about 45 minutes since you guys have started diving. To get from where you guys were this morning to out there, it's just past noon. You're sitting at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. After all of this has been said and done.
Try to keep it in your pants there, Kustrak. What are you doing here? I'm assuming you still have a restrained cough.
Oh yeah, obviously.
As I climb into the boat with one arm, like, can you give me a hand? And
As you guys breach
What?
the surface too, the bubble just kind of dissipates around your head. Like you can see where the bubble would stay underwater, but as you kind of breach, it just kind of fades away from existence. As the magic kind of just stops.
Yeah, I definitely when I get to the boat, I really spells.
Okay. As you
Even
guys...
though I have a bunch of strain, I am worn out.
Did y'all see some sharks down there?
Yeah, I saw a shark earlier.
shark.
Kustrak, his eyes are half open, like he is.
My character is panting
hard
and does
to
not
process.
remark upon any sharks.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So, as you guys begin to slowly make your way back to shore, you see a familiar fin kind of break the surface, and it just circles your boat lazily.
Keep going.
He won't fight us. We're made out of wood. He is made out of.
Tony,
I'm
what are
gonna
you
leave
doing
for
with
this.
your pouch full of plant, by the way?
Well, I assume it's on my hip, but actually, can I take that back? I am standing majestically on the stern of the ship where like the Titanic scene was hit, except I'm holding the pouch out, like delivering it to the sick, and I got like the Captain Morgan's.
Okay.
Rudy, those need to be kept in water.
What? It's a watertight bag. It's made out of leather. What?
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Put it.
All right, so leather
Rudy.
is not very permeable. So, am I missing a part of this conversation? My guy knows to keep them moist. Moistened. The pouch being made of leather does not leak water as well. Linen. That.
Okay, so what you're saying is the salt water that got into the pouch is still there.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. Alright, so you guys continue to paddle back to shore. It's long, it's exhausting. Some of you with arms, well, unless you guys were taking turns, because Kustrak is basically, him and Penem are the only two doing this. Are you guys going to allow them to row back to shore too, or are you guys going to take turns trying to row as well?
I'll take turns with Kustrak.
I can help if need be.
Okay.
No, you're sitting right the fuck there, Pitlin. I do not want you going crazy and sinking this goddamn ship.
Alright, so you guys make it to roughly here. The shore is easily in sight. You've probably got another hour of rowing at best. As you guys get there, Kitlin, give me a daunting resilience check.
Jesus.
I'm sorry, he was cutting out all over the place.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Kitlin. She's saying Kitlin needs to make a resilience check, which she probably won't.
Nope.
God.
All right,
Dead.
Kitlin.
Push her overboard.
That cool sensation has ended just abruptly. You were feeling good, and then the next moment, oh my God, it's back, and it is worse than ever. You're not
Wait,
just
I'm
hearing. Go ahead.
I'm getting up and I'm walking. I'm about to jump off.
Okay.
God damn it, not this again. And I'm gonna take her
Just
down
let
again.
her go.
I'm not letting her die. I can't, Marty. Please,
Everyone
no.
goes crazy at one point. I mean, just look at you.
I'm not going crazy. I am perfectly fine.
Embrace the madness. Let her jump.
Kushtrak, why are you trying to... You know what? I'm just gonna look the other way, and I'm gonna tenderly hold my ball of plant and salt water.
All right, so Kustrak, go ahead and roll.
Good luck.
Wow, Christina, you got the best result possible for your dice. Unfortunately, Kustrak, you are too slow. Your tiredness mixed with the rowing and the rocking of the boat, it has gotten to you in a way that you never imagined. She just perfectly dives into the water. Christina, at first, everything is just fine. It is nice and cool. Your body feels amazing again. The ringing has kind of subsided based on the coolness. It's still there and you can hear it, but it feels better. And then the burning sensation starts. And it is bad. It feels like your entire body is wreathed in fire.
Yep.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Christina, go ahead and give me a daunting athletics check.
God.
Oh no, my friends are going to die.
I mean...
Athletics is only 2, so hang on. Daunting is
4. Yep.
Give me success. 1 success.
Christina begins to scream in the water. Kitlin starts screaming and then goes below the surface, pops back up screaming, goes below the surface.
Wait. When she pops up her head, can I do something?
What would you like to do?
I'm so used to doing it all the time to myself. Levitate.
Wait, what?
Okay, go ahead and roll me a levitate. You're doing this at range and on another target. So
3 purple.
Yep, I'm going to use the story point, though, to upgrade it to a red because she's flailing in the water doing this, too.
I'm going to look at my familiar and go, I need your assistance, familia. And you hear a little tiny wolf go, Woo! All right, so, yeah. Red and 2 purples.
2 red and 1 purple.
Oh, wow, you upgraded it twice?
Or, sorry, 1 red, 2 purple. You're right, 1 red, 2 purple.
I was like, wow, man, it just got...
Listen, Tyson can do this. I
Nope.
Wait. Once per session, when I cast a spell, I can get rid of a purple dice. And I'll get rid of the two failures. That way I have 2 successes and 3 advantages.
All right, Christina, the fire around you as well as the water going into your lungs just stops. You definitely still feel the excruciating pain of just being in the salt water.
Yes.
But now that you're out, it's not as bad. Now it feels like you've been sitting on embers in the fire too long instead of wreathed in it.
I'm gonna start rubbing my arms like it hurt.
She
I'm
can't.
gonna start crying.
Yep. Christina, the noise is back and louder than ever.
She's definitely gonna start crying.
Yep. You see her clutching at her head, like where her ears are, and she is just full on bawling in a way that you've never seen her do before.
I don't suppose kind words will make her feel better.
If you say something, it doesn't appear that she hears you.
I mean, I'd say she
How do we make this poultice? How do we make it?
I want to make them.
All right, Tony, you're going to make it?
Yes.
Right here and now?
No, what? I have an alchemy kit on a shaky ass boat in the middle of the. No, I will go to the alchemy station, his laboratory back there, and get a hell of a good boost up. Sounds like a better plan, right?
That's up to you. Because Christina's starting to
Yes.
clutch at her,
Yes, it is.
at her head, and you're about an hour out from shore.
I'm an hour from shore.
Yep.
I guess I can try to make one of them, like a quick little thing.
All right.
Can I do another heal spell on her?
Go ahead and give it a shot. You're going to be rolling Daunting.
Wait. How can you do this when I have her levitating in the boat and I'm maintaining her up in the air?
That doesn't mean that their magic can't, like, affect her still.
Oh, I get what you're saying. It's going to be ranged for him.
Yeah, it is going to be a ranged. That's why I bumped it up a purple.
Christina, do you want to keep this character?
4 minus 1.
I want to keep this character, yes.
Oh, I'm just making sure.
Everybody dies sometimes.
Holy, but Jesus, that was a good.
Holy shit!
Damn.
I think I pass out. I think I'm gonna pass out.
That's a lot of strain. Yeah.
Christina,
Strain.
you feel a clarity come through you. The voices and all of that just recede completely. You can definitely feel the sickness still in your body because you feel rickety and old. But you're essentially back at square one, at least for now.
I'm still crying because it's still just like painful. Can we hurry up and find the cure to this thing, please?
As that happens, Kushtrak falls to the bottom of the boat and passes out.
All right. So, at this point, it is now up to essentially Penem to row the boat back, which actually makes it now an hour and a half, unless somebody else wants to help.
I mean, I got one arm. I'm still here. Am I doing anything? I'm making the potion.
Yes, you are.
What is this? What am I doing here? Am I rolling apothecary or medicine?
So in this,
I'm better at, I believe, alchemy. No, actually, the same roll. No, alchemy's better.
Okay, so you're trying to do a very quick poultice. So
Yes.
what that means is it's going to be 2 red, 2 purple as an alchemy check. You're also going to get a setback due to the rocking boat. Luckily, you have the required other items to create this poultice / potion.
Gotcha. And I'm breaking out my alchemy kit, so that's a bonus, right?
Yes.
So 1 bonus, 1 setback, 2 purples, 2 reds, 3 yellows. Oh man, I'm feeling like Tyson on this.
Oh wow!
Fucking hell.
All right.
I feel like Tyson for a second.
Wow,
Pull it in
that's amazing.
clutch, guys. Pull it in clutch.
Okay, so essentially, as you craft this potion, you get a burst of inspiration. You
Pause.
realize. Go ahead.
I have on my talents, if I could find them, if I get a triumph with my potent concoctions, I can roll again, I believe.
Yep, roll another yellow.
Now, how does this work?
Just roll
Do I
a yellow.
generate another potion or something? Just roll another yellow?
Just roll another yellow. It'll depend on what you roll to what'll happen for you.
No difficulty, right?
Nope.
Success!
All
Difficulty
right.
is mine.
So, unfortunately, you wanted advantages or a triumph to get more potions. Luckily, however, because of your triumph, not only you get a burst of inspiration on how to make this potion or these plants last longer. Essentially, you
Gotcha.
take just enough. Go ahead.
Hi, Jackie. Oh, hold on, I can't hear you. Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Oh, okay.
Continue the story. I can listen to you guys and Jackie, I think, at the same time.
Okay. So just to give you an idea, essentially your potion, you do it so well that you figure out just on the fly exactly how much you're going to need. It's definitely still not going to be enough to cure the whole city, but you could definitely do a pretty good dent to like a district of people with the amount you have. Christina, you take one of these that he has, and you immediately feel better, is how potent this stuff is. Essentially, mixing it together with like salt water in addition to it apparently made it more potent. So, by the time you guys make it to shore, you are completely and utterly cured.
Appreciate this.
Alright. So, you guys are back on shore. You have these plants. What are you guys doing?
Being unconscious.
Go ahead and roll a cool. Let's see how good of a rest you had. All right, you heal 2 strain. Good. It's a rocking rowboat. You're not going to get much out of that anyway. All right. So anybody who has strain, with the exception of Gores, because Gores is levitating Kitlin out of the water, you guys are able to roll to heal your strain.
Okay.
Once you get on land, go ahead, Gores. Roll me 1 cool check.
Let me double check. Yep.
Alright, so you heal 2 strain after you have a moment to catch your breath.
Oh, I was at full.
Oh, well, never mind then. You're good.
I'll get +1 then, I guess. I'm down 1. Okay.
Alright, that'll work.
I rolled a bunch of advantages.
Okay. Alrighty. So, you guys make it back. Where do you guys want to go at this point?
Since we're here near the seawater, and I'm going to see how Rudy made the poultice, since apparently it's working.
Yeah.
And I release Kitlin, and she's not going crazy anymore.
Yep.
Fine.
And I'm gonna see if I can replicate it with a spell, so I can make more.
All right, go ahead and roll me a formidable magic check.
Oh God. Do I get a boost from having the poultice there and watching him make it?
Unfortunately, due to you concentrating on keeping Kitlin up, you weren't able to watch it. But I will allow a boost because there is some of the poultice there, or the potion there, to essentially draw inspiration from.
No, I was asking if Rudy could make it again.
Oh.
Make another batch of it. So that he
yeah,
can see
and I
what's
can
going
watch.
on.
Yeah. Maybe it wouldn't be formidable.
It's still going to be formidable, either way.
Okay, so what is it, 5 purples?
Yep, 5 purple.
Yep.
Alright. Well, here goes nothing.
He did not want to lose
before
his
you roll, let me ask this. Are you just trying to replicate it once, or are you trying to make like a mass-produced replication?
Good lord. Let's try to produce this thing. I want to save the city.
Alright, you want to mass do it? Make it all reds.
Oh!
Let's do it. Go. No balls, you won't.
What's the worst that can happen, Tyson?
I'm going to use a story point.
That's fine. Go ahead.
3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already used all my abilities, you jerk.
Hey, you're the one that decided to go into this. So
I'm going to try it. It's for the city. Can I
give him a boost because I am also here?
Can I
Sorry,
make it
my wife just
4
wanted to
reds
say
and a purple because it's for a good cause?
no. And unfortunately, you guys cannot help him with this check. This is his own magic check.
Ah, what are you doing?
I don't do magic. Ow.
All right, here it goes. Here goes nothing, guys.
You got it. I believe in you.
Believe in you.
Do it.
Holy shit! Alright, Tyson, you are successfully able to mass produce this. It's going to take time, so you are indisposed for the near future. Just completely pumping this out. As you do,
We probably are dealing it out.
Tyson, essentially bring yourself down to 1 strain. Because you're just going to be pumping this out so hard. You basically take a warehouse because you're going to need that space for this.
Well, I'm sure there's empty warehouses around.
Yeah, and that's fine. For the rest of you, as you guys kind of watch him do that, you guys catch the faint whiff of smoke.
Oh, shit.
That doesn't sound good.
Doesn't smell
What
good
happened?
either. I'm gonna look around.
It's not coming from the warehouse. As you guys kind of look out past the warehouse and up towards the city proper, you guys see essentially a very dim orange light as it starts to go into twilight.
City's on fire. Where's Beetle?
Yeah, where's my Beetle?
Beetle comes skirting down off the roof, looking very agitated.
Why is he agitated?
Rudy,
What's wrong?
we need to heal these people.
Yeah, I agree.
You start making the potions, I'll hand them out. Let's go. And I just hand out a bunch to a bunch of people.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, let's not just.
Hold up. My suggestion is, and I'm trying to do this around. This is my advantage. I'm just this little time.
Yep, go ahead.
You all should help form lines and spread the word, but mainly keep people from rioting to get the antidote.
True.
And we could charge a copper or something per antidote.
No, we're not here to penny it off of my.
But anyway,
My
you need to
charity.
do I make sure the warehouse is not rioted?
No.
It's
I
okay
would
if
like
we
to-
do this.
Storm in here and drink all of it.
Yes. People are gonna storm this place. It won't be good.
Okay,
I
we'll
mean,
up
I
the
had a
guard.
better idea.
What's your idea?
I was gonna ask the guard for help.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll up the guard.
Is that a dumb idea? Because I have a
Great
friend
idea.
over in the Noble District who would totally love to know that we have this epidemic and would,
Maybe we could take
No.
a potion to him and get some other guards.
yes, and say, hey, are you sick? I have the cure. Let's be friends. Also, I
Is
need
there
your
a
help.
way to aerosol this?
I love just the way it's worded.
Oh, I'm gonna have
Just
Pinham
like-
protect me so I don't get interrupted, Nick.
Okay, that's fine. She's definitely already there aiding you. As you pump out these potions, she's essentially packaging them in what little containers there are that are designed more for fish than for potions. Good God, I can't believe you actually succeeded on mass producing these. That's awesome you did, but Jesus Christ. Alright. Okay, so yeah, she's essentially both protecting you and transporting these because you have a finite amount you can make at once. And it takes all of your concentration just to replicate this stuff. So, as you get this stuff replicated, what are the rest of you specifically doing?
I was gonna go to the estate of Sir
I wanna check
Drago.
the fire.
Drago?
Okay.
But
All right, so you're headed there.
Mm-hmm.
Christina, what are you doing?
I said I wanted to check the fire. I wanted to at least get high up on a building or something to see where it's coming from.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check to climb up. Rudy, are you flying or are you walking?
I am gonna be taking my bomb ass.
Okay. So you fly up with Christina. Kustrak, what are you doing?
I can't use coordination.
I am.
You can use coordination if you'd like to kind of bounce up on the crates.
All right, and
I-
how many purples?
Average. Kustrak, what are you doing?
I'm just running around distributing the potion.
Damn.
Okay, so you're just madly
I
grabbing
start with,
vials and pumping them into people that are around you.
Yeah, starting with guards and stuff, so they'll be able to help keep order. But yeah,
Okay. So
And then-
you're going to be
and then
preoccupied.
Yeah.
I mean,
Having those
And
people
Christina,
go up.
average is 2, not 3.
Oh.
Reroll. If you need to, I would recommend keeping that little pamphlet where it tells you the different difficulties handy, because that's the second time you've done that tonight. So just so you're aware.
we've been doing some crazy ass difficult shit.
All right, so Christina,
Yeah,
you
we're-
make it up, bounding up. You can see the fire has. You see the orange glow from where you're at, but unfortunately the docks are low enough that you can't technically see over the buildings. Rudy, however, you have a perfect vantage point of what's going on. Essentially, what would be chaos is essentially just buildings being burnt down, and you see basically some undead like wandering the streets.
Some undead.
Yep.
That's not good.
Actually, you see quite a few undead. Apparently, this isn't just like a minor thing. This is actually escalating pretty quickly.
Oh no.
So, I'm assuming you're still just flying directly to...
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want to land. Are you kidding me?
All right. So you fly to your...
Sorry.
You fly to the estate of Sir Dragos. You don't see anybody there, outside
That's
anyway. You go to the door, you knock. Essentially, you're greeted by several of the maids, who are all of them wearing like masks and stuff, and they are basically covered head to foot in essentially something that looks like burqa gear or hajibs and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
It looks medicinal in purpose, not necessarily cultural.
Okay.
When they answered the door, they immediately like, we cannot help you, and then shut the door.
I use my beetle to press my point. He ram down the door. I have
Crunch.
cures.
Crunch. The maids shriek. The butler that is there looks like he's getting to that point. He tries to like very weakly tell you to get out of the property.
How many potions do I have on me?
At this point,
He's-
I don't remember you actually saying you grabbed any.
I absolutely did say I was taking one. At
Okay.
least one.
Okay.
Because I was going to offer it to somebody important that was sick. He might not be the most important. I would say, sir, I have the cure for the creeping cold, whatever the hell this disease is called. Sorry.
Ringing madness.
Yes, I have it on my sheet, but my dumbass forgot to tab over.
No worries. All right, so he looks at you weakly. He doesn't look like he's going to be able to press the point and force you out. So it's up to you what you want to do at this point.
I say, sir, I hop off the beetle and tell him to use him as a crutch or whatever. Take me to the head of the household.
Okay. So he takes you to the head of the household. As you get to the head of the household, essentially, as you're wandering through in there, you see the lady that you saw before, the kind of an armored chick.
Yes.
Doesn't have the armor. She's actually laid out on the head table, and she doesn't look well. You can see faint scratch marks, and it looks like they've actually bound her hands to the table so she cannot scratch herself.
Gotcha.
She looks like she has been screaming, but at this point she's lapsed into unconsciousness.
I administer the drought, the tincture, whatever you want to call this crazy medicine. And I
Okay.
say, ma'am, it's going to be okay.
Alrighty.
And I give her a cool smile.
Okay.
She probably can't realize.
As-
Is she okay?
As you do that, you kind of help pour it down her throat because you have to administer it to her because she.
I'm
can't
hoping
take it.
somebody else is here to help me because I am not very talented.
It's not hard. You drink a little bit into your
Gotcha.
mouth and then you just like pour it in if you wanted to. That'd be the easiest way to do it,
Gotcha.
and it keeps it where it's not going to drown her.
Yes.
As
should feel
you
better.
as you do that, she kind of relaxes almost, like her whole body just stops being tensed after a few seconds. She doesn't wake up, however. As you administer the last of the potion, you hear kind of a stumbling. Rudy? And then thump as your friend from back home falls face first onto the floor.
Oh no.
Crap.
And as after this is where you start looking. And you're like, shit. There's a lot of servants on the ground. This kind of looks like the temple.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the reality we live in a state of plague.
Yep.
I left everything with my crazy medical friend. So if at all possible, we're going to try to get you some stuff, guys. And if you have anybody well enough to carry anything, having them make way to XY coordinate.
Okay. The few that are still on their feet essentially nod. Some of them ask for clarification on where to go to be able to help.
Oh man, do I know exactly where we just set up shop?
You know well enough to say head to the docks, look for this, and they're able to
Gotcha.
get roughly there.
Look for the people starting to get better.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so Christina, for you, as you get on the roof, you start kind of roof hopping to get up to the proper level. You start to smell like burning flesh, but it doesn't smell like fresh burning flesh. It smells like decaying burning flesh.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a resilience check.
Ah.
It's an average. Don't worry, it's not that hard.
That's not what I told her.
Giggity.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
One success. All right. Luckily, the stench of it doesn't overwhelm you, so you're able to finagle something to make it where it's not as bad. It's still terrible, and it smells like
a cloth over my nose. Or
it's
something.
still something you never wanted to smell and never want to smell again, but it's bearable.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue to climb, and finally you get kind of into the city proper. So you're kind of right here. Ish.
Okay.
Rudy, you're way down here somewhere.
Hell yeah. I'm somewhere.
I think you're right there. Yeah, those are all there. All right, so as you get there, below you, you see essentially a group of undead just kind of plod past. Not running, but they're not walking either. They're kind of power walking.
Stagger almost.
Yeah, a power stagger, if you will.
Power stagger.
Amongst them, you see the traditional stuff you've seen before from the earlier fights, but there are a few of them that you notice have entrails inside their ribs and stuff. They have hearts and lungs and guts, but they don't look like they're functioning. They just look like they're there.
Shit. Where are they headed?
You just see them kind of head into the city, and when they hear something, they just kind of go towards it. You hear a window creak in the wind from the fire, and the undead kind of head straight for it.
All right, I'm gonna continue to follow them, and if I see anybody in the head, I'm gonna warn them to run.
Okay.
And hide, find some way to be quiet and not,
Okay. So they reach the point where the window creaks, and then they just kind of bone rush into the building after tearing the door down because they can't figure out latches. So, what do you do?
I'm by myself. I can't fight them on my own.
Okay.
I'm gonna look to see if there are any guards nearby.
Unfortunately, you don't really see anybody in the streets, save for a couple of bums maybe that are hiding. They look kind of delirious, like you were, but not as far along.
Damn it! One way to take a city. Shit.
So, after a few seconds of them going in and you just kind of deliberating what you're going to do, you hear some shrieking from inside. Not pained shrieking, more like head-splitting, I'm ripping my brains out shrieking. And then they just kind of cease. Instantly. They just stop.
Well, somebody's dead from that.
And then after a few more minutes of watching, the undead kind of wander their way back out looking for their next victims. And you see fresh blood covering them.
Yeah, how many are there?
There is like a half dozen, so there's 6. So you see like 4 regulars and then 2 that have like these entrails.
How many floors are there?
Floors to the building.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the buildings around here, if they are multi-storied, are only about 2 high.
Jesus.
There's no way to communicate to the group.
Nope, you guys have not created any kind of sending stones or anything at this point.
Wow.
Receiving incoming transmission.
I have to make a note of that. I go back to the group.
All right, so you make your way back. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, otherwise you might get spotted.
What's the difficulty?
It is going to be 1 purple. But you get a boost too because of the racket of the fire and some of that as well.
Okay.
I don't know if she's gonna make it.
Easy, yellow, and green. If I don't make this, something's wrong. Something's wrong!
Alright, so you continue along, having some creaking. Luckily for you, it doesn't appear that the undead have made it to this side of town quite yet. So you're not spotted. I didn't actually have to have you roll, I just wanted you to.
Yeah.
Oh, just to hurt the feeling. Get the bad rolls out of the way. So.
No, more like just to keep the suspense. Alright, so you make it back to the docks where you see your warehouse, and you see, at this point, Kushtrak, you've managed to heal up pretty decent amount of people who are now running back and forth helping you. And you guys have managed to clear like a couple of the major dock areas of sailors. Some of them are still kind of woozy from the medicine, having been under for a long time. One of which you remember from trying to essentially get you while you were pulling him out of the boat. He's one of the first ones that actually jumps up and helps. And you guys are spreading the cure pretty quickly at this point.
I'll land beside him and go, we got zombies. We got undead all over.
God fucking damn it. Alright, I tell everyone to keep going and I pull out my halberd. Where are they?
You gotta go crack some skulls.
Gonna go crack some skulls.
If
All
I
right.
find any guards that are healed, and I collect some potions along the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna like load up as much as I can on
Exactly. Because we're gonna need a fight.
reasonably.
Okay, are you guys going to carry up to your encumbrance value, or are you guys just going to carry like an encumbrance worth of potions?
And
Out of
I want
curiosity.
to still be able to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
What's up there, Rudy?
Am I escorting the people that were well enough to help me go down the streets and everything? And
That's
start
up to you.
distributing the
You
cure?
could either
Because
fly
I
back.
figure I would like to escort them because I have a battering ram for mount. And I would prefer not have to get ambushed by the dead that you said that I saw on my way up.
All right. So using your little token, your this.
Yeah.
Give me a path.
You want me to?
Show me
you want
a
me
path.
to map out a path? So I am
Yep.
currently right where I am.
Yep.
And I need to get to here.
Yep. Map me a path.
Counter argument. Where did I see the undead when I first was flying? Because I assume when I flew, I took a direct route pretty much straight there.
Yeah. So essentially, you saw undead roughly.
Were they in the market? Is what I want to know, kind of.
You saw undead basically here, a few over here, and then a few in this little cul-de-sac-y area there. Those are the only places you had
Gotcha.
time to see.
Are these guards that I have, or are they mostly wait staff?
They're actually all wait staff. None of them are fighters.
None of them are fighters. Oh my goodness. And how long does it take me to traverse this land? 'Cause I know I'm going to go here. See that
So,
point.
by essentially going that way, unless you're trying to go all the way around, it's going to take you to go straight there, not flying, but straight there by the straightest path. You're looking at roughly going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 30 minutes. If you're trying to
Okay.
take roundabout area, it's going
I'm
to
thinking up
probably
through here.
Okay, so that way it's going to take you like 2 hours, give or take.
2 hours to get the whole way over.
Just
And
because
I have
I'm
Kustruck
assuming
that
you're...
I don't know. Somebody has to be trying to clear the streets of undead. Did I see any resistance, or did I just see undead roaming?
You just saw undead roaming. You didn't really see anybody.
I'm gonna have to take the safe route then. I'm gonna mosey.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a streetwise check. Following that path there, it's going to be a average check in this case.
All right. Am I gonna do any stealth, or should I not worry about stealth? Just...
Not yet. Go ahead and just roll your streetwise. Depending on how good you do, depends on whether or not I'm going to have you roll stealth.
G. Purple. Let me make sure I don't have anything crazy that I can use to.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like I'm quite as good. I have heightened awareness. Is that at all? No, it says allies within range get a boost to perception. All right, whatever. We're rolling it. Come on, advantage.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check. You get a boost on this.
Geez.
It's going to be 1 purple.
Stealth is my strong suit because I have 2 agility.
Upgrade it to a red, though, because you have people with you.
Damn.
All right, upgrade roll. Y, G, boost, a red, purple. You said average, so it's only 2?
Yes.
Or was this hard?
It's average.
All right, here we go. Oof.
Oof.
All right.
Everybody
Unfortunately,
give me a good
you
oof.
do come in contact with some of the undead who immediately spot you. Their staggering immediately turns into more of like a loping as they charge your small party.
I would like to roll leadership.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to roll leadership. Say I will draw them away since I fly. Take a side alley if you can.
Okay.
Use your best discretion. Make to the docks.
Okay. Go ahead and
roll.
Yep.
Green, because I'm that. I don't actually have a point in leadership, do I? I do not. What's the difficulty of this?
In this case, it's going to be 1. No, it's going to be 3 purple.
Okay. No boost because I haven't steered them wrong so far. Sometimes I wish I was Tyson.
They just scatter. They completely scatter in fear.
Okay.
You hear some shrieking. Go ahead. Do
I have to fight these?
If you want to protect the people, unless you can distract them, yes, you're going to have to fight them.
Okay. These are zombies. Do I have a head count of them?
At just a quick glance, you probably have like 4 or 5. And they're
I'm
the
gonna
regulars.
get killed in a heartbeat.
They're the regulars. They're not the
Not what kicked our ass earlier, and by ours I mean mine. Sign.
Well, the regulars actually did kick your ass.
You're so fun.
Okay, so we're in luck. They're scattering. So how far do I make it on? To like here before all this horrible shit, or here before all of this horrible shit?
Your first point.
First point. So I don't make it all too awful far, and they scatter. They have like 4 or 5 directions to go. I'm not gonna main strategy this. I'm gonna try to draw their attention. If at all possible, I'll make a lot of noise, like bang on that plate that I had in the water.
Okay.
And see if they find me, and I'll just kind of raise alarms floating around meaninglessly.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a...
Deception?
No, this
Charm? Am I being charming?
isn't... You're trying to charm them to follow you, so go ahead and roll me a charm check.
I love how we can reword things in my advantage. What's the difficulty?
In this case, it's going to be easy. 1 purple.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm barely past that. Holy shit.
All right, so, Tony, you succeed. The undead immediately start following you. Unfortunately, as you kind of meander or aimlessly, you're starting to attract a lot of them.
That's the point. I'm gonna lead them into like out of town.
At first, it's like onesies, twosies that are following you up till like you have 10. Now you're looking at more like 30 following you.
Nice knowing you, Rudy.
Is there a fire? Did we see fire anywhere? Where was it?
You're seeing several buildings on fire. It seems to have centered from the market.
Oh my goodness. and I need to get them through the mark. Alright, hoping that they know how to make it to the dock, I am gonna path myself up through here, down through here.
I'm
Through
not
here,
seeing
and-
anything
I'm
moving.
not seeing
Oh.
anything either.
You're gonna see it in a second, because I'm pacing. And out. Hopefully,
Jesus.
Beetle can keep up. If Beetle can stay with me on him at this relatively low encumbrance that I actually possess, I can get them out of town.
Are you still
And-
banging the plate the entire time?
No, I think the freaking murmuring horde behind me is all that I need at this point.
All right, so
I'm trying to stay on my freaking friend and not get hit by another sign.
okay. All right, so by this point you're like right here. Christina or Kitlin, Kustrock, since both of you are headed towards the zombies where she last saw them.
Oh god,
You guys-
you're gonna die.
And I'm assuming since you're going on foot on the ground, you first hear a horde of like moaning before you see it. And it is loud for as low as that should be. It is loud. It's like being in a lunchroom and everybody's whispering, but it's that loud.
Can I finger cross and hope that like a burning building falls on like 80% of these guys? Can I spend a story point? I'm kidding.
As you're flying around the marketplace, Rudy, too, you also see several of the undead that... Okay, I don't know who's drawing this, but it's going away now.
Oh, I wasn't. It was
Bye.
I worked very hard on.
It's gone.
Very hard on that.
It's gone. All right. Anyway, so as you're flying around, the undead, you don't see any undead like flowing in from roughly this direction. You should expect to because of their flowing everywhere else, but this spot over here, there's no real flowing of the undead. For Kitlin and Kustrock, what would you guys like to do at this point? This is his first kind of sweep through the market. He's doing it somewhat slow, so you guys have a chance, possibly, of making it to him, if you would like, before
Make it
he
to him,
flies.
but I'm getting on a building again.
Okay? So we'll say you just take the time to climb up it, because I don't need a
Yes.
roll.
All right.
Um.
Can you be stealthy at it if you could try?
At this point, you don't probably have to, so I'm not gonna, because Rudy's got them all.
Tony's got a problem on his back.
He's got the majority of the horde, so anything that would normally hear you is going to be more focused on Rudy.
Did we see any guards or anything along the way?
Say what now?
That's what I was gonna say.
Any guards
know
or
you're-
anything along the way?
Oh,
Yes, you do
You know
manage
how-
to find a few guards.
And then we give
Potion
them.
them, yep.
do we have that friend?
Which friend?
The one that we framed for dispelling the white. And
Oh.
he likes a good fight.
You're
Does
talking
he have
Rafik?
bombs?
You're talking
Yeah,
Rafik?
Rafik. Does he have bombs? Would he like something like this? Can I just like phone a friend on this shit? Be like, yeah, where are you at, dog?
You
It
don't.
doesn't work like that. I know.
You don't unfortunately even see Rafik.
He might
He's
be in a
probably
crowd of the
crazy
dead.
right now.
It's true. He could be. You were at one point, but I have no much resistance.
All right, so Kustrock and Kitlin. Kitlin's up on the roof. Kustrock, what are you doing?
Is there? I really want it to like be able to take a bunch of them out all at once without getting obliterated. Is there a way I could like use a burning building and like trap them, tempt them into a burning building to trap them or something?
If
like
you
that?
would like to give that a shot, you are more than welcome to try that.
I would recommend not dying.
Yeah, that's part of the plan too. Yeah, I think I'm going to like try and lure at least some of them into a burning building and just barring the door behind me or whatever, trapping them in. Because the last burning
I'll
building they went
explain
in.
to him they just ripped doors open.
True.
How close are they to me? Are you able to shout to them?
That's up to them. If you guys are heading towards the horde, and you can tell it's a horde just by the moan, that's up to you.
The static zzz of zombie noises.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think I want to trap them in a burning building and then collapse the building on them.
Okay. All right, so you rush into a.
Timmy, can I shout at him?
So essentially,
Sorry, I hate to interrupt.
no. Let me describe where it's at, and then I'll let you guys shout.
Okay.
All right, so Kitlin, you're staying on the rooftops, avoiding burning buildings as you go.
Yes.
Kustrak, you're rushing along the ground in only the fashion that a dwarf of your caliber could. As you round the corner into the market, you just see something like 40 to 60 zombies at this point. It is
I
just
can take
a
'em.
lot. You see Rudy up on his beetle, flying around the perimeter, kind of looking over, trying to make sure that there's no people that are going to be heading this way. Rudy, at this point, you see Kustrak come skidding around the corner. Kustrak, there are several buildings to choose from here, as far as which building you would like to try and go in and collapse. So, Rudy, go ahead real quick, Rudy.
I would like to shout to him, use your magic, man! I'm flying here.
I can't. I am very weak.
Oh,
I
okay.
am very tired.
I do another pass because I'm assuming I'm trying to not get caught and killed. I hit him with a good old-fashioned... Hold on, what am I trying to tell to him? I'm gonna try to get him out of the city. Do you have a good path?
No, bring him over to this building over here. We're gonna trap them all and burn them to death.
Okay. I fly over to the building and hope. By
Okay,
a
so let
sign.
me describe a couple of different buildings for you. That way you can make a decision on which one you want. One is
Yeah,
a single
I feel
story. It's pretty well on fire, so it's not going to be hard to collapse. The second building appears to have some masonry work. It's a double floor. Most of the wood appears to be on the upper floor, but judging by the smoke that's coming out the front door, you would assume this one is also really, really good to burn. The third one is like on the brink of collapse in and of itself, and it is a double story.
Oh. Which one should I go for?
I give him the sign to the one that's on the brink. I
The
say,
third one?
I will see if you can hold them up there on this side. I'm gonna loop around and ram it.
Okay, let's go. And I
want you to know, out of character, there will be 40 some odd zombies in front of you.
Okay.
Just thirsty at this point.
I got a plan with my little dwarf legs. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna
Little
get all
dwarf
their
legs.
attention.
All
Little
right,
dwarf
so
legs.
that's the plan. We're gonna. All right. Hold on. Let me draw this out on the map.
All right, so
Hold them on this side. The purple is where we're holding them. I'm gonna ram them on this. Oh, hello, on that side. Oops, hello. I don't know how to draw. And we're gonna expect Kustrak to hold them at this point, so that we have a pretty much as we go in a counterclockwise direction. So
I
I'm
don't know
here
what my plan was.
to there. Kustrak's going to hold them at green, and they're going to get stuck at purple. I'm going to ram it from orange and topple the thing over because it has the height.
okay.
Well,
And it'll go
what
that
I was
way.
thinking of doing, what my plan was, is I was going to lead them all into the building.
You're going to kill yourself doing that.
Lead them all into the building, run up to the second floor, and jump out the top window.
Plus, you're kind of funneling them. That's going to be a little harder. I like my idea more, and that's what we're assuming that I'm going to do. If you want to be in the building when I ram it, by all means, I'm ramming that
I was
building.
gonna jump out as you rammed the building.
Okay.
Kustrak's the blockade here. I'm just going to follow my plan and
All right. Sweet.
So whatever he thinks he's doing it.
Okay, I think we'll do your plan then. I guess.
What is Christina doing this entire
I was going to say, at this point, you guys are not able to communicate all of that. Just to let you know.
That's why I said I'm just doing what I said was my plan.
That's all
Kustrak is
kind.
gonna run into the.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
he is
gonna
run
erase
into the building.
So, Kitlin, at this point, what are you doing?
I am going to just start attacking if I can.
You're going to do what now?
Start attacking if I can.
Okay, so you're just going to start trying to pick them off with what? Your daggers?
Yes.
Okay, how many daggers do you have?
8.
Okay. Go ahead and give me one. Give me a roll. Give me your best roll.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see how many you actually take out with these 8 daggers.
Skullduggery. Let me look at my. And venom daggers. Don't forget they're venom soaked.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll it.
So it's burn 2. Hang on, I'm looking. So should I put
Roll it.
anything with it?
Roll it like you
Yeah.
normally would if you're trying to attack with both. So it's going to be the same check. You're going to upgrade it once for this difficulty. Where, depending on where you're standing, depends on how hard it is going to be to throw these.
I am standing on top of the building still, but trying to pick off some that are like straggling behind.
Okay. So, all right.
Red and purples.
It's going to be medium range from you.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up 2-weapon fighting as well while I'm doing this.
Fine.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna get us killed.
Okay, so it's just your regular check, so it's going to be 2 purples.
Okay, and 1 red.
Nope, no. Well, actually, yes. I'm going to do a red because you're up on an elevated position and there's smoke.
So a red and a purple.
No. Yeah, red and purple. Yep, you're right. Red and purple.
Right.
Okay, so you got enough to deal an additional deal with your secondary weapon. So how much is your base damage?
Base is 8.
8. So you dealt
With a burn of
16,
2.
16 plus 1. So you dealt 17 total damage. All right.
Yeah. With the burn of 2 with the venom soak.
Venom doesn't do anything to undead. I hate to tell you this,
Okay.
but your venom does jack shit.
That's fine.
So, all right. So that was 17 total damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get to the undead section. That way I can see how many of these things you take out with your daggers.
I lost them, but I can get them back after we kill them all.
17. They're not paying attention, so I'm not going to worry about that. All right, so you managed to take out between 8 daggers. You take out 4 of them as you fling daggers at them.
I need a bow.
The only thing that comes to mind is Helm's Deep. 10,000 orcs, 1 arrow, 9,999 to go.
Exactly.
That is the only thought that goes through my head. You have stemmed the tide. Congratulations.
Yep.
With 4
And
of
on
them.
the other side of the dwarf,
All right.
lone dwarf against an up.
All right, so as Kustrak runs towards the building, you see dagger, like the glint of metal, go flying, and 4 undead that were kind of chasing you just kind of bloop to the ground.
Was that Christina?
That was Christina.
Whoa, Christina 4 undead at once.
Well, it's not at once. You see 1 dagger, a 2nd dagger, a 3rd dagger, and a 4th dagger.
Re-listen to it. 4 once.
Totally.
Either way. We'll even say that she throws a couple ahead of you, taking out some that would have blocked you as you run into the burning building. Go ahead and roll me a perception check to see if you can find your way to an exit. Because it is
He about to make
smoky
an exit.
as shit.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
So the difficulty here, you don't know the layout. 1 purple. It's smoky. 2 purples. You've got zombies on your ass. 3 purples. Just because I'm feeling like an asshole, I'm going to use the story point, make one of those a red. And then you're going to get 2 setbacks due to being blinded by the smoke.
Alright, let's go.
We're ramming it. Do I get a...
You're going to need to re-roll that. Take off 3 of the purples.
That's a lot of purples.
Yeah, you don't need to ever roll 6 purples with the reds. If you're rolling more than 6 dice, you're rolling too many.
Well, I thought you said for each one was...
No.
When
So
you said
it's
2, and I was like...
So essentially what it is it's 1 purple for to run because you don't know the layout of the building. Go ahead and roll 2 blacks as well. The setbacks are going to are from the smoke burning your eyes. Okay, so you got 3 strain out of that.
Is he down?
The smoke is very, very thick in this building, and you're coughing, which causes you to strain a little harder to make it to an exit. I don't know what your strain is at, because Kitlin is right on top of it, so I can't see it. But
sorry.
Not much.
I don't...
Oh, no.
Is that enough to knock you out?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it sounds like it is.
I'm gonna kill this truck.
If that knocks you out, roll a die 100. Yep, it knocked him out.
No, not Kustra.
I'm gonna be sad if Kushrak dies in this burning building and all these zombies
Eat him alive.
eating him alive.
Is this for a?
Wait, he could come back as a zombie, guys.
Yeah,
No.
zombie Kushrak.
Is the D100 for a?
This is for your
injury.
critical.
Injury?
This is for a critical.
Okay. Then it's a 1.
Okay.
As,
He has an
1
ability
perception
die
score
hard or
point.
something, right?
Okay. How many
Hard to kill.
how many criticals do you have currently?
None.
None. All right. So you have a critical injury of 1 at this point in
Yeah.
time, which is a minor nick. Essentially, as you stumble through, coughing, wheezing, and just altogether not enjoying the experience of this amount of heat around your body, you manage to find the exit, jump through before succumbing to the smoke. In doing so, as you jump through, a nail slices through your cheek. Just a little bit, enough to give you a nick, and you basically slide out of the building face first unconscious.
He's got a battle scar, guys.
For the ladies.
But
All right.
ladies.
So, how long, Rudy, are you holding off before you try to collapse the
I-
building?
I said I was making a half a pass because I figured he would stop right in the middle. I'm ramming it pretty much right about now.
All right, go ahead and roll me
I
an
guess it-
attack with your beetle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Beetle.
This will be something or other because that's the only thing that I have. Heavy. Do I get a point for a knowing where to hit a building? Structurally sound. What's the difficulty on this anyway?
The
I'll just take
difficulty?
purples.
The difficulty is just going to be a purple because it's going to be your beetle ramming into it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you are definitely able to ram it, and you knock it over. Luckily, the way you knock it over, where the doorway was, thanks to your triumph, you managed to take out a decent amount of zombies. You take out at least 20 zombies, so half the horde that you had. Because of the funneling and some of that, the others were not able to get close enough for the building to actually take out more than that. So after the building collapses and they kind of, the front ones turn into torches essentially, they start meandering off when they realize that there's nothing there to eat. Unless you're staying there buzzing trying to get their attention still.
You said they're dispersing if I don't get their attention again.
Yep.
I got to give my beetle a break. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to hop up on a high roof that is not current. Give them a break.
Okay.
They've got to disperse somehow. Maybe some guards will get there. I don't know, but my beetle will die if I don't. He just rammed a building down after flying for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, your beetle's exhausted. Okay, that's what I was looking for, because I was going to say I'm going to have you roll a resilience for your beetle.
I give him a pat on the shell and say, "Yes, buddy."
All right. So, at this point, it is 9 o'clock. We're going to call it here. So, let me see what my schedule is. It's still July.
We have done better than half their number, thanks to Kitlin, Kushtruk, and Rudy. And soon, the guards that our best pal Gors has done and cured, we will up the numbers and we will fight back the horde.
All right. So, just so I can have a
Yeah,
recap in video so I can view it later and make sure I know what I'm doing. All right.
Okay.
So, Kustrock is unconscious after diving through a burning building. Rudy and his pet beetle are on top of another roof on top of the temple.
Right.
After having rammed said building and taking out half of a horde of 40. Christina is on top of another building, having used up all of her daggers to try and help out in the horde.
Yep.
And just surveys the damage wrought by the beetle in Kustrock.
Yep.
Gors and Penem are still at the docks, mass-producing cures for the ringing madness. Have I missed anything at all?
I heard my name. What? I'm still here?
This is the recap, Mike.
This is the recap
Doing
for
for the past 40
next
minutes.
game. That way I can make sure I know
we're
where I'm at.
pausing?
This is it's 9 o'clock, dude. We're done for tonight.
Oh.
What's
What's happening at the docks? What's happening around me? I just want to know.
Okay, so to fill in Tyson, since he's been kind of
Everyone left.
essentially you have sailors and guards, etc., running in and out, dispersing the medicine that you are creating. Several of the guards have taken up arms to make sure that this medicine does not get tampered with, though most of the people here don't appear to actually want to tamper with it.
Okay.
So that is what is going on
guards
for
did
you.
Make it there.
Yes. There were some on the docks that got rezzed by the sailors in Kustrock.
Okay.
So, that is the end for tonight. We will pick it back up next Tuesday. Same time as tonight, so 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.